All right, time to go north. How are things up there, Neil?
Boy, that was a quick switch. Holy crap, what just happened there?
I don't know.
Josh said switching, and I just hear you. Well, see, I didn't have to listen to any commercials. That's good.
So
things here are just beautiful, man. It's sunny. It's going to be 72 today. The pigeons are dropping big loads on my patio out here. It's beautiful.
It's already like summer here.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, like 87, 88.
Yeah,
Not good.
Big time humidity.
Humid. No humidity here. Just a lot of sunshine. Beautiful day. Too nice of a day to be in here. I need to be heading down the road. You know where. What are you laughing about? 6,079 the announced attendance at the Marlins debacle last night.
That's a
10-2. Just getting spanked by the Braves. And you know, there's supposedly all these Braves fans, so that means that there actually were about 3,000 people in the joint, probably 1,000 or more Braves fans.
I was going to say, they must have been counting arms and legs.
Yeah, and of course all the ushers and umpires, coaches, players, broadcasters,
yeah,
such as they are.
The Yankees
6,079. That's pathetic.
Well, the Yankees had to face Josh Beckett last night. That was the game that interested me. The Red Sox at New York, and the Red Sox bombed the Yankees.
Good. Excellent.
Yep. And Beckett went out and had an easy time of it. You look at the guys who used to play for the Marlins. Alex Gonzalez had a home run last night. Mike Lowell's hitting .340 this year for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Pudge is over
he's like me. He needed a change of scenery, you know. I think that's a big part of it.
It probably was.
Now, let's see. I got the Joel Feinberg story that.
I didn't see that.
From the Ocean Drive magazine. What a jackass!
Oh.
He says the most pertinent line he has, beside the fact he has all of Daddy's money, you know, is ratings don't lie. Well, if ratings don't lie, let me just tell you this, man, you ain't got any.
Yeah.
You ain't got any, Joel. Oh, so here's what I want to talk to you about. I was stalling for time digging through my pile. While I was digging, I should have played this.
Taps.
No, it's Neil Young, good Canadian boy.
Oh, that's from his new album?
Right.
Yeah.
Ricky Williams may have to take a drug test if the running back wants to play for the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League. The NFL suspended Williams, we know that. Mm-hmm. The CFL has no formal drug testing policy, but Toronto President Keith Pelley said the team could conduct its own test if the Dolphins allow Williams to play for the Argos. If they say, okay, go ahead and, they're going to decide by the end of the week, I guess. Do you have any info on that?
Just that.
Any inside dope? Oops, sorry.
They'll probably let him go up there and play.
See, because one thing that it is absolutely crucial that before we would proceed with Ricky Williams, he's prepared to be absolutely clean and, more importantly, educate the youth of Toronto to say no to drugs, Pelley said. If he's not prepared to do that, we would not sign him, even if he was prepared to play for free. Now, see, that's one of the things the Argos
he is playing for free, 150,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to get.
Well, if he don't want to do no drugs, then educate the youth of Toronto against drugs, which he could just go out on the streets of the city and say, hey, well, put that thing out, because they're smoking it all over the place here. This would not be a good environment for him. Tell Ricky stay where he is. Stay in a drug-free place like Miami. Oh, yeah, where you'll be safe. Let's face it, man. The guy belongs in Jamaica or somewhere. He likes smoking a big fat one, and that's just the way it is. He's not going to stop. Just ask George. He'll tell you he's not going to stop.
He's not going to stop.
For love or money, man. And certainly not for 150 G's Canadian. Although I'll be honest with you, let me take a look now. I may walk out of here now if I see the wrong number, because it's getting pretty scary. Thank you, Mr. President, for the low gas prices and for that crappy American dollar. Oh, my God, it's just killing me. I told you this, I think, when I first came up here 4 years ago, the Canadian dollar is worth only 62 cents against the U.S. dollar.
Yes.
62 cents.
What is
so
it
it
now?
made everything a tremendous bargain for me, including my rent and everything. And now, let me just take a look. It was 90.5 cents as of the other day. The euro, which was 117 about 2 weeks ago, is now 128 against the dollar, so that's like making a big comeback. The pound, which was about 170-something, is now 186. The American dollar is, oh, no, 90.88, almost 91 cents. The Canadian dollar hasn't been as strong in years and years and years. Pretty soon it's going to be even Steven. So that means if you lose $1,000 at Woodbine, you really lose $1,000, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to like $620, even if you find a good machine man. Boy, that is bad.
Brutal.
So anyway, Joe Bell got everybody's deal done there. He got Josh all wrapped up in George's contract, and he was in there this morning doing his clown routine. In fact, he said something I've heard so many times before. It's not important that we succeed, but that the guys across the street fail. How many times have you heard that? They're obsessed. They have an obsession. Yeah, somebody's got to get you. In fact, I'm sure George still has the copies. You got it, George?
Yeah, I got the original one, yeah.
Yeah, I got the original. George will pass it on to you from Ocean Drive magazine. The People Who Make Miami Beach Patrol. Here's a picture of Joel on his, I guess he's riding a Harley or something. I don't know. The picture's too dark. Is that what he's on?
No,
he's riding something.
He's on a rail.
Oh, he's on a rail?
He's at the stadium.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that. I thought he was riding a Harley or something. Okay, this is so dark. You can just barely make anything out. Anyway, Joel Feinberg, Finding the Ticket to South Florida Radio Success.
Success?
Written by a real bozette, Susie Buckley, whoever she is. I guarantee you she ain't no William F. Buckley. She quotes him as saying, she goes on to say, the station is official home of the Dolphins with exclusive radio broadcast rights to their games. She didn't mention that they lost $3.5 million the first year. And a roster of regular programs hosted by some of the most recognizable names in Florida sports, including Joe Rose, Dan LeBastard, O.J. McDuffie, and Sid Rosenberg. Isn't Sid Rosenberg one of the most recognizable names in South Florida sports? Oh, this is so stupid.
It's a press release.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Only then we also got a copy of a letter that Susie wrote to Joel. I don't know where we got this, by hook or by crook. She says, Joel, I really appreciate your taking time for the interview. As you know, we didn't have space to run all the just the facts that we did. I thought you might like to have a copy to keep. And so here's some of the questions she asked that they didn't get in the article. Ocean Drive, if you had 20 minutes to spend with any person, who would it be? Joel Feinberg says, my daddy on Friday when I can't meet payroll.
You must be kidding.
Listen, Ocean Drive, is there one thing people say about you really ticks you off? Joel Feinberg, I hate it when people say I was handed everything. Actually, I've never been handed anything. It's all direct deposited. Ha, 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 Joel laughs.
He has perfect qualifications to run a baseball team.
Ocean Drive, one thing about you that would shock your friends. Joel Feinberg, I'm a closet jock sniffer. Why else do you think I started a sports talk station? I love that locker room access. He loves the smell of wet jock straps. Ocean Drive, wait till these two. These will send you into orbit. If you could be an inanimate object, what would you be? Joel Feinberg, my mirror. Oh. And Ocean Drive, business accomplishment you're most proud of. Joel Feinberg, taking a radio station that made money and having it lose over $4 million in just 18 months. Most people don't realize how difficult that is. Man, if we could just say...
I don't understand that. He's proud of doing what?
You want me to read it again?
That last one, yeah.
Okay. One moment, please.
Okay.
Taking a radio station that made money, in other words, when it was a Jefferson Pilot, they were brokering it out, and having it lose over $4 million in just 18 months. Most people don't realize just how difficult that is.
So he's proud of that?
A little self-deprecating. In other words, he's admitting that they're losing their ass. But Daddy's got a lot of money, and it's direct deposit, and ha-ha-ha, you know.
If I was Daddy, I'd put that kid up for adoption if he was costing me that kind of money.
Real cheap, too.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a kid coming home and saying, Daddy, I lost $4.5 million. You did what?
Yeah. Well, I guess to them that's chump change, you know.
You know, years ago, the old American Football League, Lamar Hunt Jr.,
Kansas City Chiefs.
When the original franchise was in Dallas,
yeah,
they lost $1 million the first year. Mm-hmm. But this is Lamar Hunt. And somebody said to him, what does your father think about you losing $1 million on a football team? And he said, well, at that rate, in about 300 years, he's probably going to get ticked off.
Yeah.
I don't know that the Feinbergs have that kind of money.
I hate to admit, I was a Buffalo Bills fan back in those days because I worked in Batavia.
Yeah, Ray Carlton.
Went to all the Buffalo Bills games. We had Jackie Kemp and Darryl LaMonica and Cookie Gilchrist and George Sames. Remember Cookie Gilchrist?
Sure. He played for the Dolphins.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow. Who's the Dolphins quarterback going to be this year before Dante's Culpepper's heals up?
Probably Joey Harrington.
Oh, my God. Well, that's the best news I heard in a long time.
I've always got the good stuff for you.
Holy cow, Joey Harrington. I thought they gave up on that. He couldn't play for an American Legion team. That's how bad he is. He's going to make them feel that like they're going to miss, what's his name, A.J. Touchy-Feely real bad when they get a whiff of him, his act. He's pathetic. Well, that's good news for Patriot fans and everybody else in the AFC. I mean,
Yep.
East. It's good news. Well, I'm confused now because you said AFL.
No,
Patriots had some interesting things back in those days, too.
The original franchise.
Sam the Van Cunningham
Lamar
of New
Hunt.
England. Huh?
Lamar Hunt's original team was the AFL.
The Boston Patriots, wasn't it?
Yep.
Sam the Van, Gino Cappelletti.
Gino still does their radio.
Really?
Yep.
And so does Bob Cousy do the way before they are Celtic. He can't speak. Have you ever heard him speak? I don't understand that.
Absolutely correct.
He makes Lenny Martez sound like Walter Cronkite. I just don't get it. Speaking of Walter Cronkite, I saw I didn't waste my time with the movie because George told me it was so bad. Good night and good luck. But I saw it on Biography last night. Biography Channel, the Ed Murrow bio. That was good. He was something.
Yeah, he was. I haven't seen the movie either.
That's what we need today is another Ed Murrow. I kept thinking that during that hour. Boy, we need somebody with some balls, and we just don't have it.
That's right.
Don't have it in the media. They're all a bunch of sellouts. Very sad. So anyway, I'm glad that Joel Feinberg says the ratings don't lie because, boy, you look at this last book, Joel, and you have... Oh, in fact, there's another really good line, too. Sure, this is really outdated. This just came out, but it's so outdated. April 2006. It's totally outdated. He says... his Arbitron ratings recently increased 64%, but again, that's in the fall book when they had the Dolphins, and of course they've dropped way back off again. Listeners' only option had been a station that between Howard Stern and Neil Rogers didn't start talking sports until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he says. We created 790 as a younger, hipper, newer alternative that really focuses on what people in this market want to hear about local and national sports. Right. Of course, you've been on in morning for what, a year and a half?
Yep.
So this is a little bit dated, okay? Howard Stern ain't on in the morning anymore. Was only on for like 3 or 4 months anyway. And obviously with the ratings I got, nobody wants to hear somebody not talking sports in midday. So, you know, Joel, you're just such a jackass, you know, just burning daddy's money. Just have a bonfire in the backyard. Have a weenie roast, you weenie. What a jerk. I bet you my good buddy Dick Feinberg at Pompano Park isn't too happy there's a guy with the same last name running around named Joel Feinberg. I sure hope they're not related. I don't know. They could be, I guess. I'm pretty sure they're not.
His family's in real estate.
Oh. I don't think Joel Feinberg walks around in them Hawaiian shirts like Dick does at Pompano. Isla Capri, I still haven't found out whether the deal went through in Pittsburgh. I think it's probably still in limbo, whether they're going to buy the Penguins, build them that arena.
There's talk that the Penguins could be... I just saw a story about...
I heard Geneva, New York is what I'm hearing.
No, that they're building an arena someplace.
Aliquippa.
No, some big city. Someplace.
Meadowlands, PA.
And that the Penguins are the team that they're going to go after.
Well, now you would know. Oh, it's East Rutherford. I'm sorry. I remembered the answer to the question before I asked you the question.
Where the Meadowlands is?
Where the Meadowlands is.
Yeah.
See, because there's a town called, and I've been there. I mean, I don't want to go through the thing with the tracks again because I got you beat on that. But Meadowlands, Pennsylvania, which is south of Pittsburgh, that's where the Meadows is.
Yep.
The Meadows. You've never been there, I'll bet, because that's only harness racing.
It's harness racing.
I've been there. I had a winning night there, as a matter of fact.
It's a big simulcast facility there.
It is?
Yep.
And Roger Houston, who was the first track announcer at Pompano Park, who screams and yells and has got an ego like Joel Feinberg, he calls the races at the Meadows with a great Dave Pallone driving. And Brian Sears was driving there, too, but, of course, he went on to the Meadowlands to East Rutherford, New Jersey, as opposed to Meadowlands.
I used to be a guest on there. Toby Callett used to do Triple Crown shows from there. Toby's a clocker here in South Florida, and they used to bring him up to the Meadows because he's from Pittsburgh, and I used to go on with him before the big races.
Really?
Yep.
I still miss Harvey Pack. May the horse be with you, and he would throw the program at the camera at the end of the show. He was good.
He was
but he's still alive, huh?
Yes, he is.
And then the good news from Dave. Dave and I had a good chat on Friday. Stan Burstein is still alive. I guess you don't know Stan. It's harness racing.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Do you?
Yep. Good
guy. One of our people, man, Stan Bergstein. Goldstein. In fact, I was saying the other day, maybe we could have Goldberg and Goldstein in the morning. What do you think of that? He could tweak your numbers up a little bit, or at least squeak them up a little. Geldy. Oh, my God. We got to do something about him. I think a hitman is in order. He's on today, as a matter of fact. All you people out there, don't say we didn't warn you. Geldy at 2 o'clock. Adjust your radios. You know, if people did have those HD sets, because we're always saying, hey, QAM is HD radio. Nobody's got a set. But if they did, can you imagine how that would sound in high definition? Piercing, man. Billy Pierce of the White Sox, great left-hander. I don't know what I'm thinking about Billy Pierce.
Yankee killer.
And Chico Carrasquel. I'll tell you, probably not a very well-known, in fact, obscure Yankee killer for the Red Sox was Russ Nixon. Not Russ Nixon. What was his name? Willard Nixon? Russ Nixon was a catcher. Willard Nixon. Remember him?
Willard Nixon?
Yeah, he would always beat the Yankees, man. He was a Yankee killer. I was a big Yankee fan as a kid till '63, till they sold out there.
Frank Larry was a big Yankee killer.
For the Tigers, that is correct. Absolutely correct. That was a Jim Bunning time before Bunning went crazy and became a right-wing senator from Kentucky. He's a nut job. Yeah, you know, it's almost every athlete who becomes a politician is a right-wing, like Steve Largent. All right-wing, Jack Kemp. Although Jack Kemp's not that far right-wing. He's got a few skeletons in his closet, I think. Yeah, we hated Jack Kemp in Buffalo, man. In fact, it would get to be like in the third quarter, and the people would be screaming, "We want LaMonica!" Boy, LaMonica was good, even back then, man. He was really good.
They called him the Mad Bomber. Hartford is the city that's trying to get the Penguins.
Hartford?
Yep.
They already bombed with the Whalers there. What the hell? Why keep going back to places where you failed before when it's guaranteed to fail again, you know? I don't get it.
There's a big developer up there who wants to build a new arena.
If at first you don't succeed, fail again. I guess that's what it is. It's kind of our philosophy here at QAM. But that Joe, man, what a clown. You should have heard him this morning. He put on quite a little vaudeville routine for me. Oh, brother. Well, Neil, what do you think about 10-3? How about 10-3? What about, you know. What a clown.
Well, you go 10-3 and Mad Dog goes on at 3?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's going to solve his problem. So it's always how much more can we squeeze out of Neil, you know, out of the old man. Guess who else is same age as me? I just found this out last night on TV. You know, these little things that come on the crawl. Shane. In fact, you said you liked his show. Wayne Newton is 63.
Except your voice sounds better than his does now.
Yeah, I'm a little butcher than he is, I'll tell you that, which isn't saying much, but Wayne Newton, 63. Shane. Well, one of these days a testicle will drop and it'll be really dangerous, just like that one, although I wouldn't hold my breath.
I once went up in Wayne's helicopter.
Really?
He flew up the...
Wayne Newton? I thought you meant Wayne Heisinger.
No, Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
We went from Las Vegas. We took off from his house and went up through Red Rock Canyon up to Logandale, where he has a horse farm with a bunch of Arabian horses.
Really?
And he flew the helicopter. It was quite a trip.
Kind of like Brownie Brown. He was into Arabian horses. Remember, that was his thing before he became the FEMA director. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was his claim to fame. That's what qualified him to be director of FEMA.
Yeah, that's right. He had Arabian horses.
That is correct. Horse's ass, I think, describes him a lot better. Well, listen, it's already way past the first break.
Oh, my gosh.
And I got to play that Neil Young thing. I think it's almost time for Geldy. By the time we get everything all jammed in here today. Well, listen, have a great day. Today's it's a beautiful day. It's a good day to go out and find a good machine, I think.
It's a good day to gamble, too. I think.
Yeah, I really have I don't know what it is, but I have the itch today.
Okay.
Because I went there on Monday, which I ordinarily never go on Monday.
When you're itching, scratch it, you know. Yeah,
that's right. Find a good machine, man.
Yep.
Which is the one that pays. I'm going to go out there and scour for it.
Hope you have the mother load.
A heavy-set young guy, a nice young guy. He's one of the regulars there. Always yucking and laughing with me. And last week, he won $18,000 on the $2 machine. About 10 yards from where I was playing that stupid Wheel of Fortune crap. And this guy wins $18,000. He put in $200 in the machine, man, and he got $18,000. And he took the cash. He waited an hour, but he took the cash. They came and they examined that machine, man. They brought out the stethoscope, and they
right.
oh, yeah. Hey, listen, when you win a jackpot in those places, they check that thing out inside out and upside down.
Yeah, they don't like to pay.
No, they don't like to pay, and they want to make damn sure that nobody was, using little whatever. Although I don't know what the hell you could use now, because with those computers they go. Well, listen, it's already time for the 11 o'clock hour, so have a great day. And win a bundle.
You too.
See ya.
See ya.
The views expressed on the previous programs.
Let's hurry it up here now. Come on, we ain't got a lot of time.
Advertisers or agencies.
Let's move this baby along.
He's a big fat witch, he's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. He's a stupid bitch, he's a worth a bitch, he's a bitch to all the boys and girls. On Monday she's a bitch, on Tuesday she's a bitch, and Wednesday, Saturday she's a bitch. Then on Sunday just to be different, she's a super king, come and pay up the earth. Have you ever met my face? Cause Mom, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. To be no bitch, she has stupid hair, she's a bitch, 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 she's a stupid bitch. Time on the bitch, and she's just a dirty bitch. Around the world, it might go a little bit something like this.
Thank the Lord. You know, I guess those are yours, huh?
Yeah, what?
Or were those in the original?
Those are my bleeps, no, man.
That's the one thing that's very disheartening to me is that even though it's on cable, they still bleep out the words now. That's how repressing things have gotten in Zion America, man. When in doubt, they still bleep crap out. On cable, no less.
Yeah, well, that's from the movie, so it was out there. I had to believe that.
Well, good. 10:18 already at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. It's the Diez de Mayo. Must be some kind of a special day, right? Didn't Jose Ferrer do something big on May 10th?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, once again, everybody's feeling the pinch at the gas pump. The good folks at Dollar Mattress at 1-800-Mattress want to help you through this just a wee bit. Dollar Mattress is offering you a free tank of gas, and here's how this deal works. You simply take the full amount of any gas receipt off your next mattress purchase, up to 10% of the purchase price. Spend $35 at the gas pump, take $35 off any purchase of $350 or more. Spend $50 at the pump, take $50 off any purchase of $500 or more. You'll need your gas receipt to save that money. Why drive all over town wasting that expensive gas, wasting a lot of time, too? Skip them all in furniture stores and so-called giants in the mattress business who gouge your ass. Call 1-800-Mattress right now and save. As always, you choose the date and time for delivery within a 2-hour window that's convenient for you, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. when you call my good paisans at Dollar Mattress. 1-800-Mattress. You'll choose from the area's biggest inventory of brand-name mattresses at unbeatable prices all the time. Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns, and Foster Hewitt. Call 1-800-Mattress right now or log on to their website, mattress.com. It's just that easy. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for Stupendous Savings.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Is the tackiest thing I've ever seen.
MTV presents Prom Night Live.
Yeah, baby.
From the Cheap Corsage.
Oh, I love carnations as much as I love a root canal.
To the limo.
I've never kissed a guy, at least not there.
To the late night Barfarama.
I got Boone's Farm all over my dress.
MTV's Prom Night Live.
And my shoes. And in my purse.
Now, speaking of the call on Certainly Not News Network, you see they just had a thing on there. Your desk has 400 times more germs than a toilet seat.
Well, especially with
that?
what I do with it. You know, I crap on my
you're
desk all the
smearing
time.
crap on your desk, evidently.
Uh-huh.
No, see, I was talking about that yesterday. All these people that get all uptight. They get into a public tea room and they got to put the toilet paper on the seat. Come on. And not only that, but as a result of people all uptight like that, there are some, I don't see too many of them, but there are some places where they have those sliding plastic things.
Sliding is right, because you slide right off if you try to use one of those things.
Oh, that sounds like my experience at Vinny's that time when I slid off the... I didn't just slide off it, the whole seat slid off the porcelain bus. Boy, it's a good thing that didn't happen about 10 seconds later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been a real mess. That would have been really bad. That was scary. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm like dancing from one toe to the other. I just got to get in there, you know. I mean, nature is calling. And I sit down, and the seat just slides right off the damn toilet. But I got that baby back on there, and mission accomplished.
All right.
1,434 votes on yesterday's poll. What's the rudest thing people do? By the way, we'll get to today's poll, which we've done before, but pretty interesting. The callers out there, the ones that think, oh, well, we're the ones that make your show, Neil. Well, yeah, right. Uh-huh. Continue trying to convince yourself of that. If I never took another call. You want to see proof? Watch. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how's it going today?
All right.
All right. Hey, I tried to get a hold of you yesterday to tell you about this. You probably heard it. Have you seen this wacko in Utah that the FBI is after? They compare him to David
polygamist,
Koresh.
yeah, he's raping little kids, polygamist.
Yeah, and the church is built there, and the whole town follows this guy and everything.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre, man. I was wondering.
There you go. That's that good old time religion, baby, like I told you.
Wow.
Exactly. Well, I was right. Well, it's just a good excuse to, you know. Okay, see ya. See, that was a good call. I told you, you're such a skeptic, man. I listen to the show for the calls.
That's right.
1,434 votes on the poll. What's the rudest thing people do? Cell phone abuse, 317. Boy, that's bad. Going in on the restaurant when people are trying to relax, into a movie theater, wherever you are, and talking on the, oh, hi there, Ed. I'll be over there. Let's see how the order came in. Take it outside, okay? Take your cell phone and jam on it. Just jam it. Speaking in Spanish. See, I told you that was a late edition. It moved on, zooming up there, 218. A strong second. Cutting in line, 189. Peeing on the toilet seat, 170. Although, like I said, big deal. Just take a little piece of toilet paper, wipe that baby off, and put your ass down there. Quit being such a pansy. Driving slow in the left lane, 144. Farting in public, 60. If I was aware of the fact that people are that unbothered by it, I'd be doing it a lot more, I think.
I'm going to start.
Or maybe not here. Here they're a lot more polite.
I'm starting today.
Being loud while people are sleeping, 57. Flaunting their wealth, 53. I hate this poll, 52. Stealing parking spaces, 52. People that don't return phone calls, 43. Tailgaters, 42. Right on your ass. Picking your nose in public, only 24. Oh, look at that one. Purple. Wow. Stealing food off somebody's plate, 8. And burping in public, which only had 3 all day, wound up with only 5. Solamente cinco. Soltanto cinque. See, there's like 6 words I know in Spanish and Italiano, and I keep using them all. See, and then you pretend you're like a multilinguist. Don't say it.
I won't.
10:27, it's time for another break already. Boy, and that's the way it is. But I like that.
Another break already?
Yeah, I like the crossover. I enjoy it. I enjoy confabulating with the fat one. Well, we never get to see each other anymore or talk, and of course, 2 old Jews, hanging out in our waning days. Hey, if you're a cigar smoker and like to kick back with a good premium brand, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Burhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco, processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar has got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also be sure to try the Bahia Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. This one gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider. It's a powerful cigar. It'll knock your socks off with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with an additional spice and note of charred wood. For a south-loaded tobacconist nearby you, just go online and log on to BahiaCigars.com or call 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
You blow.
All right.
Okay, there's a little tease for it. It's 5 minutes and some seconds long. Neil Young. That's from the new Neil Young album called Living with War. Let's Impeach the President. We also got a good one called Looking for a Leader. Well, they're all good. I'm going to play the whole thing a little bit later. There's just a little tease to whet your appetite. Once we get caught up here, because that long crossover, man, which I love, it just gets us a little behind. Can I say behind?
Rectum.
Oh, sorry, Joyce. So Miguel I told you Miguel's a groupie, didn't I? Did he ever give you a number, by the way, for our
About 30, man.
campaign? No.
I think the guy ran off to Costa Rica or something.
With the money. We probably raised $125,000. He's going to tell us, oh, well, you guys only got $25,000. Yeah. I wonder if people actually got the merchandise. Well, you're in damn tea. If they hadn't gotten it, we'd be hearing plenty of it. That's all we ever. That's another reason not to get involved in that crap. I sent him my money 3 days ago, and I still haven't got the CD yet. Neil, can you tell me when I can expect it? Yeah, sometime between now and next Shavuos, okay, schmuck? Every time we do it. Look at I thought it said 686 on today's poll. Yeah, I got an amazing bulletin. I'm going to break some news here in a second, thanks to Miguel. Today's poll, though, let's lay it on him. And we've also done, well, we never did this exact one. I changed it up a little bit. And, well, the one for tomorrow I changed up, too. A little change-up. Now, if the Marlin pitchers could just learn to throw a good change-up, maybe they wouldn't be giving up 9-10 runs a game. They lost 10-2 to the Braves last night. They're 8-22. How many games have the Marlins played so far?
About 30, man.
And they won 8. Ooh, that's bad. Like I said, if they win 50 games this year, I think it'll be a miracle. That's what Josh said. He said they really suck.
Yes, I did.
Oh, they're pathetic. And the announced crowd is 6,079. Oh, now was it raining last night? I heard it was not.
No, it wasn't raining.
I heard there's a lot of the smog and fog and fires and stuff. That's another reason, by the way, to get out of Florida, folks. All those fires, oh, brother. All those brush fires.
Yeah, they said there was a fog warning this morning, too, though, but I didn't see anything.
But you're just not hanging in the right hood, man. That's the problem. Get way out there by the Glades. Get on US 27, you'll see it. You'll get all fogged up. Another reason to get the hell out of that place, man. Even the Gators moved out a long time ago. 694 votes. We'll make 1,000 again today. Easy. No Swetsky. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show is to hear Neil rant and rave. 373. 53.7% just want to hear me rant and rave. I think I'm going to do that every day for 4 hours, just rant and rave. Like Pharrell. Maybe that's why they liked him. And if I said Big Rack and Big D a couple of times, it put me over the top, right?
You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Try it out.
What a package. Sweet. To hear the bedtime stories, 85. Now, that's shocking. That's in second place. So that contradicts what Miguel, the lovely Miguel, is always saying. Oh, you know, he is so militant about that. If I read like one paragraph or something, he starts foaming at the mouth. He gets all upset. And that's because it doesn't have anything to do with Cuba. Let me tell you this. If every story that I read on this show was about Cuba, he would be glued to the radio. He'd get his crazy glue out. He'd take it off the toilet seat and stick the radio to the side of his head. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, whatever you say.
I'm saying, okay, you know I'm right.
I've never had a conversation with Cuba about him, but whatever you say, man.
He is obsessed. Or at least he puts on a pretense. That's his front, you know. I mean, you guys talk about drugs and sex, but beside that. Listen for a few laughs. Now, you see that? I added that on late, and it's moving up there 80. They just want a few laughs, man. That's all. Kill 4 hours in the middle of the day and get a few chuckles here and there. They don't want to hear about, Ricky this and Shaq that. Enough of that crap, Joel Feinberg. And he admits he's a jock sniffer. Isn't that embarrassing? Even our people, which most of them are jock sniffers, even they wouldn't admit it. Maybe he thought that wasn't going to get in the... although we got it. We got all the outtakes, Joel, thanks to our inside spies. You got plenty of moles there in your building. You better start looking around for the moles. For the comedy bits, 49. You know those fillers that Tom Jitka talks about, that filler material?
Right.
You're so stupid, Tom, it's embarrassing to me. To hear Neil rip the callers, 49. To hear the callers, only 33. 4.7% of this audience tune in the show to hear the callers. Hear what you have to say, which we already know is, Prozac, please. And whatever that guy does. I can't do it. Right, oh yeah, and I hate this poll, only 25. They like this poll, 702 already. Boy, we're going to have that 1,000 faster than you can say Joe Bell's a super clown. Here's the bulletin now. I think this even deserves a little bit of a drum roll. Although this isn't the first time. This is about how many times did this happen?
About 30, man.
This is a message, an email from New Times Magazine. Man. It's from Inga Bekalund. Now, that sounds, I want to say Finnish because it's got two Ks in the last name, but I think Swedish. Inga is very Swedish, and Lund, anything that ends in Lund is you. Anyway, it's Scandinavian. Inga. Thank you, Inga. And, of course, Miguel would probably pronounce it, well, put another letter in front of it. It says, congratulations, the New Times Best of Broward Palm Beach 2006 issue hits the stands tomorrow, May 11th. And WQAM's 560 AM, Neil Rogers, was awarded Best AM Radio Personality through our Readers Pool, and Jim Mandwich was awarded Best Sportscaster through our Readers Pool in this issue.
All right.
How do you like that? Attached are the PDFs of your... What is a PDF?
It's a Adobe file. You open it with Adobe.
Oh, I got Adobe Reader. I got that.
Yeah.
Even I could do that.
Yes.
Oh.
It'll do it all by itself.
I know that. Don't you think I've done that already?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you've done.
Jesus, I got Adobe and
Acrobat. I do, but I'm trying to forget.
Attached are the PDFs of your awards as well as the press release in 2 letters. All right, Inga. Please feel free to talk about your achievements on the air. We welcome it. New Times, we love them. However, the hard copies of your awards in the issue will not arrive at the station until mid-afternoon today. If you'd like to wait until then, please keep an eye out for it, like Columbo. Thank you again. Congratulations from New Times, Broward Palm Beach. Inga Bakelund, Marketing Manager. Thanks, Inga. You the gal. You the guy. You the man. Aren't you excited about that, being part of the award-winning? Man, now, how much money are we getting for that?
I know.
Huh? Where's the big check? Oh! Where's the cash? Where's the free pasta? Now, in addition to today's pool, Lisa, who's got quite an imagination there. She's got a big kiss on her. She's got the lipstick traces on the page here. Mm-hmm. Lisa says...
I've got 2 sets of lips.
No, that's not what she said. She said, could you please add because I love him to the poll? Well, no, we can't. I mean, I appreciate it, Lisa. That's for you, but it's just so tacky is what it is. Isn't that tacky?
Why would you say that? Maybe she loves you.
No, but the audience out there, the poll isn't just for her.
It is the tackiest thing I've ever seen.
Right. See, I played that before. It didn't make any sense. Now it made a little bit of sense. I wonder how Jennifer is doing, old Jennifer Rem.
I'd love to hear from her.
I would, too. We love Jennifer. She's one of those really nice people we worked with. And Terry Griffin was nice.
Yes. Still is.
And still is. Every now and then we hear from Terry. She keeps in touch. Who else? You know, stop and think of some of the people we never hear from.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from Davey Gravyline anymore in a long time.
I'm sure he's still around.
He's around somewhere. I can tell you some Davey Gravyline stories, but I'm not going to. And then after I tell you those, I'm going to tell you some Andy Assenwood stories.
Oh, yeah?
People want to hear me rant and rave. Well, not on the air. I think I already told you. 19 before 11 at 560 WQM. We got, what's on the agenda today? We got Geldy. Oh, we apologize so profusely. We are so sorry. 2 to 4, we got Geldy again. In high definition. Squeaking. Eric Reed at 3:30. The talk through his teeth. Voice of the Heat. I don't like that Dave Strader at all. I never did like him when he was with the Red Wings. Then he went to ESPN. Now he's with the Panthers. And I tried to like him. I tried to give him a chance, But he talks through his teeth, and I just don't like his whole. I don't like fake, I don't like fake voices. Mad Dog at the AAA Mac, not the Mac Arena, the Mickey Arena for the Heats and the Nets game number 2, 4 to 6:30. Mad Dog, and then you'd think we'd have the Heat game on there, but that's IOD. We're sorry, we don't have the Heat game. We don't got nothing to do with. Although we do wear the icy sleeve and the icy patch. Put it right on your radio, maybe it'll help. Marlins on deck at 6:30. The Marlins host the Braves again at the stadium up the road, 7:05. Anybody going to that game?
No.
6,079 announced yesterday. That means there were maybe 3,000 people there if you count everybody within about 2 blocks of in the hood. And then Eddie K follows the baseball game, the Marlin game. Boy, now that's a tough assignment, following the Marlin game night after night. Oh, that would be like trying to follow Geldy, trying to follow 2 to 4 the revolving door. But the rumor has it that there's something in the works there. Isn't that what the rumor is you started?
That's right.
But nobody knows what it is. I don't think even they know what it is. Well, I think if they just start planting the rumor that, we're going to do something, I think then we'll believe it.
That's a good plan.
Well, we don't believe it. 10:42 at QAM. The South Florida area is famous for a lot of trade shows, boat shows, and car shows, bridal shows, home shows, art fairs galore, and more. Now, if you're a trade show exhibitor, the only name you need to know is PubSet, because PubSet creates the absolute top-of-the-line, attention-grabbing, steal customers from the competition trade show displays. Absolutely. Call right now, 954-772-7275, and PubSet will get you set for success. Because when it comes to design, printing, posters, banners, and especially trade show displays, PubSet's been the very best for 14 years. Scroll down to the bottom of our website and take a look there, and you'll see that the part of that display they made with my ugly puss on it, it's an incredible thing, right at the bottom of neilrogers.com. Write down this phone number, 954-772-7275. 954-772-7275 for PubSet. From design to setup, PubSet can handle all your trade show needs, and rest assured that PubSet will definitely separate you from all the competition. Don't look second rate. You only get one chance to look great. PubSet's the smart way to do it. Call them at 954-772-7275 or go online to PubSetSF.com. For top-notch design, trade show graphics, and displays, here's the great way to put you above everybody else. PubSet's the way to do it. Look for my gross picture on their building along Dixie Highway just north of Commercial Boulevard, and then call PubSet at 954-772-7275.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Could abort every black baby in this country, and your crime rate would go down.
Beady eyes, he looks like a nerd. They call him Bird. Things are different since you left town. Oh, Bird. One less vulture is hanging round. Hang up right now.
had vanished. Jim Schuyler. I wonder what happened to old Jim Schuyler. Huh?
He's up somewhere.
He's somewhere. We need a Jim Schuyler spy report. Oh, I got another email from Norma Kent, who said there was rain and the game was delayed 40 minutes. We'll get into his email in a moment. You got to wait, Norma, for your moment in the sunshine. Talk about a guy just desperate for attention.
He was one of the 2,000.
Not anymore, though. He says he's given up. But we'll get to that momentarily, okay? There's a little something for the audience to be hanging on. Go practice law or go out and pick up some cute runaways and just get out of my life. Anyway, and I'm sending him a check this week because he took care of George's contract and because I still owe him a couple of bucks and he's going to get a big fat one, which he likes smoking a big fat one. In fact, that's about the only thing you and he got in common. The only thing. Right? That I can think of at the moment. Anyway, here from the Beach Patrol, people who make Miami, according to Ocean Drive magazine, April issue, according to Susie Buckley, who would know a radio. She and Joyce, I think, are on an equal level when it comes to their radio expertise. Joel Feinberg, finding the ticket to South Florida radio success. I'm glad you told me that he's standing there at the rail. I guess that's at the PP Park?
Yes.
Because it's so, when you fax this to me, it looks like he's riding a Harley or something like that. I don't know. Looks like a biker punk. Joel Feinberg, finding the ticket to South Florida radio success. Well, I guess he hasn't found it yet. Keep looking, Joel. In the age of satellite radio and iPods, Joel Feinberg has found a lucrative niche on AM radio dial. Yeah, lucrative for somebody. It's getting all of their daddy's money. It's certainly not lucrative for them. They're losing money hand over limp wrist. Nearly 2 years ago, he founded Primetime Media Group and launched Sports Talk 790 The Ticket, South Florida's only 24-hour sports radio station, to compete with Sports Radio 560 WQAM. And again, keep in mind, this is the April issue, but this is written long, long ago, before the newest ratings came out, the Winter Book, and before, at any rate. His Arbitron ratings recently increased 64% from 84,000 listeners last summer to 138,300 last fall. Of course, that includes the Dolphins. Listeners' only option had been a station that, between Howard Stern and Neil Rogers, didn't start talking sports until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the 28-year-old Feinberg said. We created 790 as a younger, hipper, newer alternative that really focuses on what people in this market want to hear about, local and national sports. Isn't that what you guys want to hear about?
From the moment I get up.
Yeah. I mean, how can you wait till 2 o'clock before you start talking about... Huh?
I can't.
Can't wait. And, of course, we don't have Howard Stern anymore, and we do start talking about sports at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Rock
it's
solid.
Like all freaking night long. We got the big, and we got the humper, and,
hey, stupid!
You know, we got sports up the old chute. Prior to radio, the Florida native played golf professionally before opening Capital Real Estate Group, a full-service real estate investment company that handles everything from mortgages and titles to design and renovation. When he felt the real estate market cooling, he began shifting his attention to what he saw as his next profitable project. A full-service sports media company that includes 790 AM. The station is the official home of the Dolphins. They lost $3.5 million at least on the Dolphins in the first season of carrying the games, and they had the unctuous broadcasting Jimmy Syphilis on there. Hey, Jimmy.
You fairy.
Which exclusive radio broadcast rights to their games and a roster of regular programs hosted by some of the most recognizable names in Florida sports, including Joe Rose, Dan Labastro, Jim McDuffie, and Sid Rosenberg. And when I think of sports in South Florida, I think of Sid Rosenberg. Don't you? One of the most recognizable names. You know, Susie, whoever you are that wrote this, you may be a very nice young lady, but you're an idiot. Typical kind of puff piece you're reading these. Well, Ocean Drive, first of all, is nothing but a puff piece anyway. The whole magazine. Even Johnny Versace said he wouldn't wipe his ass with it. So anyway, Joel Feinberg says, I like a good football game, but I'm not a sports fanatic. To me, it's just a business. But if I see something that's going to be a big success, I'll do it, whether it's collecting car cans or making computer parts, explains Feinberg, who races shifter go-karts and rides motocross in his spare time. See, I knew it. He rides motocross. I took a station that had no revenue whatsoever and built it into a major market competitor in a year and a half. Major market competitor, my ass, you idiot. Competing with what? The bottom feeders? A major market competitor with 1 and 2 shares. I have the audience, and they're listening to what I created. Oh, God, what an ego. And here's the best line. The ratings don't lie. And guess what, Joel? The ratings say you ain't got nobody listening. You haven't got squat. I could fit those people into a phone booth and have room left over for Fat Boy. Our fans are very interactive. Our phones are lit up all day. I think you're lit up all day, Joel. You must be smoking. Go over there and get some good stuff across the street, George. He's got the really good stuff. Then they got Just the Facts. And that's it. That's the article. Just the Facts. Favorite Friday night in South Beach. Sake bombs and sushi at Nobu. Oh, I bet you Greg hangs out there for that sushi. His dream car, 65 427 Shelby Cobra. Oh, maybe you can go get it and buy one from Rick Riley. Last book you read, Curious George. Something No One Knows About You. I cried in not one but 2 Ashton Kutcher movies. Favorite film, Cool Hand Luke. Oh, God. Sunrise or sunset? Sunrise after an all-nighter. And here's the ones they didn't have room to put in the very short piece. I already read these to Hank, but it's worth repeating because it makes such an ass out of this clown. Ego, baby. This is Susie's note to Joel. I really appreciate you taking time for the interview. As you know, we didn't have space to run all just the facts that we did. I thought you might like to have a copy to keep. Susie Buckley at Ocean Drive. And here are the questions and the answers. Ocean Drive, if you had 20 minutes to spend with any person, who would it be? Joel Feinberg, my daddy on Friday when I can't meet payroll.
You do know,
he had to get together with Clarabelle because everything's a big yeah. Ocean Drive, is there one thing that people say about you that really ticks you off? Joel Feinberg, I hate it when people say I was handed everything. Actually, I've never been handed anything. It's all direct deposit. And then Joel laughs. Ocean Drive, all-time favorite cartoon character. Answer, Richie Rich, who ain't no fat Rich, by the way. Ocean Drive, one thing that would shock you about you that would shock your friends. Joel Feinberg, I'm a closet jock sniffer. Why else do you think I started a sports talk station? I love that locker room access. He wants to get in there and see the guys naked is what he's really trying to say, I guess, huh? Boy, that's bad. Good thing they don't have the Panthers, I'll tell you that. Ocean Drive, if you could be an inanimate object, what would you be? And his answer, my mirror. Oh, all the ego all the time. Pompous ass. Ocean Drive, business accomplishment you're most proud of, and Joel Feinberg's response, taking a radio station that made money before and having it lose over $4 million in just 18 months. Most people don't realize how difficult that is. Well, it's easy to spend daddy's money to be a big shot. You know, Greg Reed, he was very famous at doing that, spending other people's money to be, hey, we'll pay you $10 million. It's not my money, you know, it's the Beasleys, and then, of course, he had that ex-wife. But nevertheless, what was it that her father, Greg's ex-wife, what was it? Marilyn, is that her name?
I don't remember.
Yes. Her father invented, I think, the milk carton, wasn't it?
Okay. That's what you said, yes?
Yes. I didn't just make that up. And as a result, that family had money that hasn't been invented yet. Oh, brother. Can you imagine if you were getting like a penny or whatever you're getting on every milk carton or orange? You know, I guess for every product that's made in cartons now. Right? Wouldn't you think?
I would imagine.
I got a good idea about it. Sounds like a real good idea. 10:57 at 560. Oh, there's Chipper Jones.
Teamwork around a pool or a hot tub could save a life.
Chipper wants to go in a hot tub. Maybe Joel Feinberg would like to hop in there with him. Kind of get the lay of the land. I don't think Chipper's got... I still think... I know he's got a wife and kids, but I think he's an old smoothie. I don't think he's... There's something strange about him. You ever noticed that, Josh?
Have I ever noticed that he's strange?
If you watch him at the plate, his batting stance, he looks like a woman. At any rate...
It's a pretty good woman.
No, what?
I said it's a pretty good woman then, because he's pretty good. Hello?
10:58 at QAM. If you have termites in your home, or you would think you might have them, get rid of them now before they start chewing your place to bits. Call Ridditt Pest Control today for a free termite inspection. Ridditt Pest Control uses an amazing, a stupendous orange oil treatment that kills termites and termite eggs 100% on contact. They're gone faster than you can say that Joel Feinberg's a pompous ass. If you have termites, it's the best possible way to get rid of them. You don't have to tent your house and make a spectacle out of your home. No worrying about poisonous gas, no moving out or staying in hotels, no worry about food or pets in your health, because at Ridditt, it's real simple. They treat your home with this amazing orange oil, and you don't have to leave it all. Just stick around and watch those termites vamoose and die like crazy. In fact, when they're done treating your property, the only thing left behind is the clean scent of oranges for just a few days. So if you have a termite problem or you think you may be developing one, do it now while you still have time before they chew your place, like I said, to pieces. Call Ridditt Pest Control right now and find out about this amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and their eggs 100% on contact and contract. No tending, no BS, no kidding. Call right now for a free no-obligation inspection, toll-free, 1-800-447-4348. That's 1-800-447-4348. Be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call. It'll brighten up their day. 1-800-447-4348.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Jose, can you see my coyote's flashlight cross the border today as the Minutemen were shooting? Drove 10 guys in one car.
through the desert all night. To the protest we marched, but they just thought we were looting. And the farms were all bare, the fruit waiting for us there. Give us amnesty rights, and we'll pay our fair share. Jose does not understand the English you say. Give a break to him and me, or we send another wave.
11:03 on Dinner Wednesday. Yeah, gracias de nada. It's 778 votes on the poll. We're going to start doing the show in little Espanol, dropping little bits in there and piss off the Anglos, and then, of course, we've got all the Julios. Yeah, there you go. That's enough. And maybe like once an hour, maybe once every 2 hours, throw in
Ay, Dios mío, esos carros.
one of those. 778. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show is to hear Neil rant and rave. 404, 52%. Want to hear me? Oh, there's Rob Marciano again, looking good on CNN. For a few laughs, 108. To hear the bedtime stories, 88. Now, how do you like that? That right there is 52, 65. That's like 76 trombone, 76%.
Right, and I didn't
right
even
there.
vote for it.
What?
I did not even vote for that.
What, the bedtime story?
Right,
No, I didn't
even though I like them.
Well, that's because I don't want to sit here and read ponderous. To hear Neil rip the callers, 58. For the comedy bits, 53. To hear the callers, only 38, 4.8%. To hear these great calls that we get. And I hate this poll, 29 out of 778. We'll get that 1,000 real easy, man. I don't see any calls on there at the moment, because I would punch one up. I'm thinking like maybe 1 or 2 an hour. You know, just occasionally as the mood strikes me, I just reach over and punch one. Kind of like what Mo used to do to Gelder. Yeah, just like that. So here's the email from Norma Kent, who just is dying to be a part of the show. But not because of this email, but because of the fact that he got your deal done, alleged.
Right.
The check will be in the mail. Not today. I don't have time for that today. I got important machines to meet today, you know. Got that great new hobby. You know, actually, it's part of my new diet. I'm doing well, and I'm staying under that 190 mark.
Good.
And now I'm marching toward 180. When I can get under 180, then I'm going to be really dangerous. When I get rid of this big fat pupik, you'll see I'm going to be dangerous.
Why don't you walk to Woodbine? You'll lose a lot of weight.
Where's somebody? Yeah, like that guy that's walking across the U.S.
Right.
That fat guy. He lost 100 pounds already. WQAM, not lying. Hello. Okay, there you go. That's enough of that. See, like 1 or 2 of those an hour is good. Like I said, 2 maybe. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Tell Georgia burns when I pee.
Okay, good. It's probably George's fault. Okay, here's Norma, and maybe it's Norma's fault. Wouldn't be the first time. He says, yes, there was rain and the game was delayed a good 40 minutes. No, there were not 6,000 people there unless you count the ushers, the staff, the players, the fans, and their yet unborn offspring. Maybe we were in the game for 4 innings, but after that you have to pray for rain to prevent the flood of opponents' runs that follow. Yeah, 3 in the 5th and 5 in the 6th, and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop, and it was a 10-2 blowout, is what I seen. 8 and 22. You're not ready for prime time or any time. Marlins. Oh, please build us a stadium. No, go away. Norma says we have no bullpen. Our starters can go 4 at best. And outside of Dontrell, there's not a single one you'd pay to see. Well, if you'd still pay to see him, boy, the way he's getting bombed, you're real loyal. But the real sad thing, here's the part that I want you to listen. Oh, get the wax out of your ears and open up real, real loud now. Your ear.
Right.
The sad thing, so sad even the Norm Kent fanatics won't be going any mo, is because there's no sense of competition. Sports fans want teams that can compete. When you go in knowing that you're going to get blown out, knowing you don't have the wherewithal to come back, knowing they have AAA infielders who can't reach the first baseman on a fly, knowing that your hitters can only reach the first baseman on a bounce, you have a very, very sad state of affairs. Sometimes I get the feeling that QAM is running the Marlins and Joyce is the general manager. Oh, that skanky bitch. The fact is, organizations like the Angels could field their AAA team and beat the Major League Marlins consistently. Too bad this is not a sports show. Okay, I'll go away now. I have a lot of practice. And young runaway to pick up, as long as they have legal ID. Go pick up some cute runaways, Norma. Send one up here with legal ID. And that's sad. So even Norma Kent is thrown in the towel, and he is, he's another one, just like Joel Feinberg, likes to sniff those jock straps. He wants to hang around the locker room. I bet you he'd go back if they'd let him in the locker room after every game. He could be the towel boy. Do you think that's right up his alley?
Mm-hmm.
794 votes on there. I just refreshed it, and it's 797. But we're going to have that 800 before the little hand hits the big hand again. See, I got to get out of the habit of reaching, because we already got our quota for this hour, right, on the phone?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not, there's not any specific quota, but I just rearranging the way I'm doing this show. I'm going to do it so that, I'm going to do what I think is right, as opposed to feeling like obligated to keep punching up a bunch of idiots. Well, what's the point? Let them go into the bathroom and make those sounds,
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they practice before they call.
In fact, if we could get them and send them up here before Stephen Harper, rolls back the gay marriage thing. And maybe we could, match up Gilbert and Prozac Ron. I think that's a match made in heaven.
No question. We could have a group wedding for a lot of these people.
A group grope. Oh, here's more good news. I should have started with this, and I apologize for not doing it. We always like to get the good news out of the way from Iraq. Gunmen killed 11 people riding a bus to work. Just they're on a bus to work in Bada Bing at a state-run electric company in Bakuba, Iraq this morning. The attackers riddled the bus with bullets after pulling alongside in 2 vehicles, a police official said. 3 other people were wounded. Meanwhile, the toll from last night's suicide car bombing at the Shiite neighborhood in Tal Afar rose to 20 dead and 37 wounded. But other than that, things are going extremely well. They're going swimmingly well. It's murder and bloodshed and mayhem every day. Thank you, Mr. President, for your lives in illegal war. Thank you, Colin Powell, for selling out and holding up that that vial at the UN and talking a bunch of caca, okay? A total sellout. And that's because, like I said, we don't have any people with balls anymore. That's why the media needs another Ed Murrow. But like they said at the end of his thing on biography last night, I think it was Cronkite saying it. Probably never will be another, or whoever the hell was saying it. 800 votes on the poll even right now. How do you like that? Aren't you impressed?
Okay.
Aren't you excited as all get out?
No, not really.
Because, even though it's 11:09 in the morning already and people only want to hear about sports, and we're still, although we did have Norma Kent's thing there,
That's right.
Don't forget the Norm Kent Sports Show, 2 to 4 this afternoon. Boy, he would probably kill somebody. Come on, give Norma an audition on the air for about 10 minutes. Wouldn't that be great? A gay sports show.
Yeah. Well, what's different about that?
I was waiting for that, yeah. Wouldn't be the first one, I guarantee you that. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're all a little
gay.
Or sometimes they're very
gay.
Yeah.
Being redundant.
Right. Oh, speaking of that, here's more sports news. Not only that, but that Ricky Williams, I already did this. I don't want to do it again, do I? I did this with Hank. If Ricky Williams wants to play for the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League and the Dolphins allow that to happen, which it's up to them. The CFL, the Canadian Football League, even though they have no formal drug testing policy, they say, Toronto President Keith Pelley says the team would conduct its own tests if the Dolphins allow Williams to play for the Argos. It's something we've talked about internally. Certainly would be an area that we would at least discuss, Pelley said during conference call. He expected to hear soon, maybe by the end of the week, whether permission will be granted. He said the Dolphins are debating whether they would benefit if Williams kept playing while he sits out the 2006 NFL season, or whether the risk of injury is too high, or if Ricky is too high. Pelley said Williams and Steinberg thoroughly understand and appreciate that a requirement that Williams not only stay clean, but also promote a drug-free lifestyle to Toronto youth. I guarantee you there's no young people in Toronto smoking that wacky weed. I guarantee you that. More like middle-aged people and homeless. The team has made conscious efforts in recent years to highlight its players as community role models. It is absolutely crucial that before we proceed with Ricky Williams, he's prepared to be absolutely clean and, more importantly, educate the youth of Toronto to say no to drugs, Pelley said. If he's not prepared to do that, we wouldn't sign him even if he was prepared to play for free. How do you like that? Like Joel Feinberg. We wouldn't let him in the building even if he was prepared to pay $1,000 of daddy's money to get in. Know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
How do you like that, Joel? What an egotistical ass. What was I saying just the other day about people with big fat egos, man? Makes me sick. Makes me nauseous. We should have put that on the poll, too. People with big egos the other day. Wouldn't you think?
All right. We should have.
Rude. It's obnoxious. People they swoon just at the behavior. Well, like this, I don't know what his name was. It's probably just as well. But at WS News in the old days, Barbara Studley was latched onto by these political wheeler dealers. At least they thought they were. And this one guy who was driving this old beat-up Pontiac, him and his wife, and they were supposedly Ted Kennedy Democrats. But they were going to prop her up to run as Republican. They were going to get her elected to Congress, and they had her sucking up to the Jews, Oh, I love the Jewish people. I love Israel. It was so obvious and blatant. And so one day these people came to the station, and this guy's giving me a song and a dance before my show in the hallway about, I'm inheriting $3.2 million, and once I get my 3.2, I'm going to, go out and buy a new car would be a good idea, schmuck. And he also inherited some, what do they call those, like a cabana at, not the Fontainebleau, but at the Eden Rock?
What do they call them?
Those things, whatever those things are.
I don't know what those things are.
Where they sit out on the beach, you know, and the tall boys
Oh,
come in.
yeah. What, a tiki hut? A cabana?
Yeah, he inherited a tiki hut with his, well, I get my 3.2. And there was a pompous ass who had nothing, based on nothing, you know, just a schlepper. Just based on a bunch of lies, just a name dropper, and there's nothing worse than a freaking name dropper. I'll tell you that right now. That's the lowest form.
That was funny.
11:13 at 560 WQM. If you're a cigar smoker, you like to kick back with a good premium brand, light up a big fat one, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Berhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with the first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar has got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also be sure to try their new hot Bahia Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. The Deseo gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider. It's a big, powerful baby, a big, fat cigar with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. For a South tobacconist nearby you, just log on to BahiaCigars.com on the Wicked Web or call this number toll-free, and they'll tell you where to go, believe me. 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. Oh, God. This is 560 QAM.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Who sounds like a moron?
It's time.
Every time he speaks,
It's the way God wants it to be.
Wants to take a city and cover it in sweets. Ray Nagin can. Ray Nagin can? Ray Nagin can. Ray Nagin can, 'cause he wants to make New Orleans taste good.
And I don't care what people are saying.
Sounds like Jesse Jackson.
We as black people.
His comments are bizarre.
Surely God is mad.
He compares the locals to a Willy Wonka farm.
Chocolate.
Ray Nagin can. Ray Nagin can? Yes, Ray Nagin can. Ray Nagin can, 'cause he wants to make New Orleans taste good.
It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to rebuild a New Orleans, the one that should be, uptown or wherever they are. This city will be chocolate, a chocolate New Orleans.
He never takes the blame for anything he says.
Chocolate at the end of the day.
Put that chocolate in some coffee and you'll off Juan Valdez. Ray Nagin can. Ray Nagin can.
You know I can.
Ray Nagin can, 'cause he wants to make New Orleans taste good.
You can't have New Orleans no other way. It wouldn't be New Orleans.
Excuse me, but I do believe that sucked ass.
It's 11:19 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday, May the 10th. Il 10 de Mayo. And MSNBC's David Schuster says, I'm convinced that Karl Rove will in fact be indicted.
All right.
Can I give you like a little twinge in your kneecap?
Oh.
First of all, you don't put somebody in front of a grand jury at the end of an investigation or for the 5th time unless you feel that's your only chance of avoiding indictment. So in other words, the burden starts with Karl Rove to stop the charges. Secondly, it's now been 13 days since Rove testified. After testifying for 3.5 hours, prosecutors refused to give him any indication that he was clear. And then the third issue is Karl Rove was identified as official A. We've looked through the records of Patrick Fitzgerald, and in every single investigation, whenever Fitzgerald's identified somebody as official A, that person eventually gets indicted themselves, A. How do you like that? Karl Rove may be indicted this week. Let's hear it. All right. And then we can go on with that impeachment thing, okay? Oh, we'll get to that. WQAM, hello. Now, there was the best one we've had today, although I think the first guy was like, he was rational. Remember the very first one?
Mm-hmm.
I remember what he was talking about because it was so, it was blisteringly important, but he was rational. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I want to comment about Hartford and the hockey plans they have there.
Yeah.
I lived there. I grew up there in the 70s. It was great. We had Gordie Howe and all that stuff. But I'm telling you,
Harry Neal was the coach.
Yeah, man, that was the one and only heyday that town ever had.
Davey Keelan.
That's it, man. You know what their motto is in Hartford?
Yeah.
It could be worse. It is the worst. Newark is a much better town than Hartford.
Newark's more appetizing than Hartford. I've been there. It's a toilet, yeah.
Yeah, they did a study, and they think they could bring in at tops 10,000 people to hockey games, so it's not going to happen.
That's if they shipped in half of them from New York.
Yeah, exactly. That's the rosy prediction.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Pally.
See ya.
See, that's more the insanity of this professional sports. Oh, let's go back to Atlanta again. You know, the Flames failed there and they moved to Calgary. But let's get the Trashers in there, you know. Let's move to Florida where nobody would know a hockey puck from a stale bagel. Just ridiculous. But that's okay. What do we care, right? We worry too much about things that are not going to change our lives, right?
Right.
Who gives a flying crap?
About what?
About that, whatever that was. This guy's right. Hartford blows. How much do you think Osama bin Laden would pay to know exactly when and where the president was traveling and who was with him? Turns out he wouldn't have had to pay a dime. All he had to do was go through the trash early yesterday morning. It appears to be a White House staff schedule for the president's trip to Florida Tuesday, and a sanitation worker was alarmed to find in the trash long hours before Mr. Bush left for the trip. It's the kind of thing you'd expect would be shredded or burned, not thrown in the garbage. Randy Hopkins couldn't believe what he was seeing. There on the floor next to a big trash truck was a thick sheaf of papers with nearly every detail of the president's voyage. I saw locations and names and places where the president was going to be. Knew it shouldn't have been in a trash hole like this, he said. Hopkins works in sanitation. He's an ex-con. He's worried about fallout from, I can't read this, from something. Oh, I see. So he doesn't want to say exactly where he's employed. But he also thought it was a civic duty to report what he'd found. Well, the right hand, I'm having problems with this right-hand margin. Some of these things get chopped off, and you're not helping me.
I'm sorry. He said it wasn't shouldn't be in a trash hole?
Right. Trash hole is what he said.
Oh.
Something like that. What's wrong with trash hole?
Nothing.
8:39 on the poll. Let's take a look at what we got on there. I'm kind of amused by this. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show is... Oh, I got another good one on there.
I have no life.
Isn't that a good one?
That's a great one.
Because that's most of the callers. So let's get that on there right away. Pronto. Subito. To hear Neil rant and rave, 425, 50.6%. For a few laughs, 133. Yeah, a little chuckle makes my knees buckle. 133 for a little yuck. To hear the bed, that's what they say when they turn on Sid Rosenberg, yuck. To hear the bedtime stories, 93. Uh-oh, part of I-95 is to stay closed around New Smyrna Beach. Uh-oh, and it's showing the forest fires, and Smokey the Bear is there, and Woodsy the Owl. Isn't that a shame? And Ewell Gibbons is there chewing on some palm trees. To hear the bedtime stories, 93. To hear Neil rip the callers, 61. For the comedy bits, 58. To hear the callers, 40. Only 4.7%. And I hate this poll, only 29. They like this poll, 839. They actually like it. They finally found something they can sink their teeth into. They like it. They loves it. Right?
Absolutely.
WQAM, hello.
I'm just going to call.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, I want to ask you, in Canada, in the casinos there, the slot machines,
yeah.
do they dispense coins when you win? And I'm not talking like the jackpot, like $100, $50.
Yes, the ones at Woodbine, the ones in Niagara, they switched a long time ago over to the paper tickets, like in Vegas, and Woodbine is slowly, very slowly but unsurely changing over the tickets. The coins I hate like poison, man. It's the biggest hassle, and you got to wait for them to fill the machine, and your hands get black, and you have to keep running to the tea room to wash your hands. I hate that.
Yep, yeah, Vegas did the same thing. All paper tickets coming out of the
machine. That's the way to go, baby. Paper tickets. And not only that, but you can cash the ticket out at any given moment and then go to another machine real quick, as opposed with the coins. You're trying to cash out 150 coins, and it pukes out about 20, and then all of a sudden it runs out of coins, and you got to sit and wait for a half hour for the attendant to finally show up, and they have that pissed off look because they're tired because they're not going to get tipped because there's no jackpot. It's not good.
Yep. Hey, what do you think it's going to take to really get these American people really whipped up and, really care about this country and how they're getting ripped off and, the disarray that we're in and how,
I think if they took American Idol off, and then what's that other stupid show about Deal or No Deal? If they take those off the air, that'll piss them off enough to get them whipped up.
Maybe.
Maybe is the word. Okay, good luck to you, Pally. I'll see you with a good machine. Okay, see ya. I don't like the coins, man. It's a hassle. And then you hit 400 and they start puking up. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, I can't deal with that. I'll take the 400 gladly, but it's annoying, right?
Yeah,
just give me. In fact, the ones with the machine with the tickets, I had 1,000 the other day, and the ticket comes out very nice and clean. Here's you don't have to wait for the attendant unless it's 1,500 or more. You don't have to wait to get paid. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
Here comes a nice computerized ticket. Here's $1,000. Got to be careful where you put them, though. You put them in your shirt pocket, and some schmuck comes along and grabs them out of your pocket. You got to watch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'd be sitting on them. I'd hide those tickets in a real safe place.
Wreck them.
26 past 11 at 560 WQM. In fact, you guys ought to tell us about Josh's big birthday bash at the Melting Pot last night.
It was a bash, man. They had balloons.
Yeah.
The waitress sang him a happy birthday song, all stylized and.
Now, were you embarrassed by this?
I was shocked. I wouldn't say I was embarrassed because it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was like a happy birthday, Mr. President kind of thing.
Really?
Right.
Yeah. I was shocked.
She was like Marilyn Monroe?
That's right. She was.
Little booby action there?
I didn't get any of that, but
Let's give you a little
maybe
squeeze.
next time.
No.
Did you get to dip it and dunk it?
Next time.
Oh.
I definitely dipped it and dunked it. I had a bunch of them.
Well, that's the deal at
Yeah,
the
we
melting
can go.
pot. Dip it and dunk it to your heart's delight. Boy, it is great. This is something so different and so delicious. I'm almost on the edge of thinking coming back down just to go there a few times. But then again, my blood sugar would go soaring and my weight would go back up. You see, that's another good reason for me not to be there. Is there's too many damn good joints and like this, and I'd weigh about 400 pounds and I'd be in a box. But I have a smile on my face. 4-course dining experience is what it's at with the Melting Pot. Start your dinner with the Melting Pot's renowned cheese fondue, served with 3 different breads, Granny Smith apples, and crisp veggies. Next to your choicest salads, all with the Melting Pot's homemade dressings. Entrees include lobster, filet mignon, shrimp, Cajun-seasoned chicken, pork, portobello shrooms, duck, and lots more cooked in oil or broth. You'll be sitting there dipping and dunking in those fabulous Melting Pot dipping sauces. And for dessert, this is an experience that makes sex pale into insignificance. The chocolate fondue is to die for. Dip your fresh strawberries, bananas, pineapple. Now, let me ask you, did they have the dark and the white chocolate, or just have the dark?
Well, it's whatever you order. So we had s'mores and
cookies and cream.
Yeah, the cookies and cream. So you choose whatever.
Dip it right in there in that chocolate, man. All your fruits and your cheesecake and your brownies topped off with tasty marshmallows rolled in crushed Oreos and graham crackers. It's an experience that'll just set you free. And don't forget, all South Florida Melting Pot restaurants will open Sunday Mother's Day at 1. Reservations are filling up fast, so make yours today. Don't let Mom be disappointed. Don't just take her to some pedestrian place for a really special treat. Take Mom to the Melting Pot nearby you for Mother's Day. The Melting Pot in Fort Lauderdale, where these guys had a feast last night. They're also in Coral Springs, Boca, North Miami Beach, Cooper City, and Kendall, too.
This is Neil Rogers.
Head for the pot.
This is 560 QAM.
Pop kills. Judy Garland, Lenny Bruce, Elvis Presley. They all died while sitting on the toilet. Remember, pot kills. Stay off the pot. A reminder from the Home Safety Council.
Ricky Williams said goodbye to football. Oh, Ricky, how can you do this? I want to stroke your legs and sniff your crack with my greasy nose.
Rectum.
Would you rather smoke a spliff? Now I'm pulling up my fly for the season. You dashed my hopes of manly bliss. Tears well up in my eyes for no apparent reason. As I bust another dish. There's no AC in my trailer, and then I find you're no longer here. You validate my life as a failure, and broke the hearts of all the sports queers. I don't want to fantasize about another job. It's your toes I want in my mouth on behalf of undersized fans who like Sport Hole Radio. Don't leave us like this. Now only Shaq's thumbs we can hear.
election between September the 11th and Saddam Hussein. War is my last choice. We're to smoke them out. Bring them on. You think Patriot Act constitutional guarantees are in place? The wiretap requires a court order. Saddam Hussein said weapons of mass destruction. Although we have not found stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction, and it is true that much of the intelligence turned out to be wrong, no one can now doubt the word of America.
All right.
Well, it ain't no blowing in the wind, but it'll do, you know?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Neil Young, let's impeach the president from his new Living with War album that yesterday was released, and I went out and got it yesterday on the very first day that it was in the stores. Aren't you proud of me? Spend my own hard-earned cash.
It's mighty
of course,
white.
I'll win that back in the first 5 minutes on a good machine, though. $14.99 plus GST and PST and TCB. I think everybody ought to go out and buy it. And of course, good old Neil Young, Canadian boy, huh?
Mm-hmm. As they keep reminding us.
Right. Who the hell is he to be talking? Right. Who is John Chrétien to be saying Bush was a moron? I guess just an honest frog is, one thing to be a regular, ordinary, annoying frog. It's another thing to be an honest frog who talks out of one side of his mouth. Hey, if you love voting, just about everybody in South Florida is in the same boat. But if you ever thought about buying a vote, well, don't make that mistake because, boy, the headaches never stop. Do the smart thing instead. Call Club Nautico at 1-800-VOTE-RENT right now and enjoy all the benefits and fun of having a vote whenever you want one. Why pay the expenses of vote ownership when you can rent one totally hassle-free? So the smart thing to do is join the club at Club Nautico. Call 1-800-VOTE-RENT. You'll be amazed just how easy they make it for you. No docking costs, no expensive upkeep, no insurance, or, God forbid, that of course being no hurricane preparation either. Because when you have a vote from Club Nautico, it is totally stress-free and affordable, too. Call 1-800-VOTE-RENT. No getting the vote ready because Club Nautico does all that for you. No cleaning up either. At Club Nautico, just go over there, hop on your boat when you're ready, and go. When you're done pulling the dock, get off and run away. Like a banshee. It's that simple. Club Nautico, call 1-800-VOTE-RENT. From unlimited voting to pay-as-you-go, small boats, all the way up to yacht charters, whatever you be needing. These are the people who take care of it for you. Club Nautico. Call toll-free 1-800-VOTE-RENT. Let Club Nautico tailor a plan to fit what you need and your budget, too. Get on the water today the smart way with Club Nautico. Call 1-800-VOTE-RENT.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Bush hates gays. Bush hates gays. See how he'll pass a gay amendment ban. While off to San Francisco they go to become a married homo. He's disgusted unless you're a hetero, 'cause Bush hates gays.
Rosie O'Donnell, new host on The View. Will they hire Osama bin Laden too? Rosie O'Donnell, new host on The View. Tougher to swallow an alligator stew. She's replacing Meredith Vieira. Will she throw a koosh ball at Star Jones? Watching those who might just be as painful as kidney stones. Rosie O'Donnell, new host on The View, are the bosses at ABC sniffing glue. Rude and nasty, mean and nosy, she and Tom Cruise are so cozy. Now she has a cot for him to jump onto. Got a belly bigger than a boxcar. Accidentally mighty Joy Behar.
You fairy.
Poor little Elizabeth Hasselbeck now works with Shrek. Happy to be back to her roots, digging out her Kmart pantsuits. Rosie O'Donnell is gonna screw the view.
Absolutely.
Rosie O'Donnell is gonna screw the view.
892 votes on the poll, man. We got that 900 lick before the end of the hour, and then 1,000 before you can say we got guilty of two. We got guilty of two. Here's some more bad news from Iraq.
Why don't you ever read any of the good news from Iraq?
Isn't any. Iraqi President Jalal Talabani said at least 1,091 people have been killed last month in sectarian violence in Baghdad alone. That's just in April. As a much-anticipated parliamentary session produced little result. Urging quick efforts to quell the raging Sunni-Shiite communal bloodshed, Talabani said, we received a report from the morgue about the deaths in Baghdad that 1,091 people were killed between April 1 and April
About 30, man.
30th. We're shocked and angry at the daily reports of unidentified bodies being discovered and of people killed on the basis of their identity, Talabani was quoted as saying in a statement issued by his orifice. And it goes on about so many killed over here and so many there, but who's counting, you know? Who's counting when you're having a great old time? Because freedom's on the march, and it's hard work, you know, all this other crap. This is a man who ought to be in federal prison right now, your leader. You're the Butcher of Washington, along with his Veep. Started way back with those secret energy meetings when Kenny Boyle was in there, along with all these other grave robbers. You don't think that these spikes in the price of gasoline and Vaseline have anything to do with that, do you?
Oh, no.
No, couldn't be. Couldn't possibly be. Here's a great story that you're going to like a lot. Georgia student suspended for a threatening song. A high school, this is Suwanee, Georgia. Suwanee, how I love you. Oh, let's play some Al Jolson records. What do you say? The hell with that Neil Young. The hell does he know?
I don't think I got any Al Jolson.
You sure as hell don't. I bet you Chicken Neck has, though. We got that Ricky Showers. That was from April Showers by Al Jolson. Suwanee, oh, come on.
Sorry.
See, you never had the joy of having 78 RPM records in your life, either one of you.
I have.
You have?
I have.
Wow.
They were old, and it's like, what the hell do you do with
and
these?
Old
the
and
stereo would go into them.
Coasters.
Yeah.
But those were fun. And then the needles were as thick as a pencil.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about the head of a pencil. I'm talking about the whole pencil itself. That's how thick those needles were.
After satisfying myself that there was nothing good on them, I went out and threw them at my friends.
Yeah.
They flung real good.
Oh, they did. They're like Frisbees.
With
the
sharp edge.
Were brutal. Yeah. They cracked. All you got to do is like look at those cross-eyed. They would crack.
They did. They blew up good.
Kind of like Oprah. They had like a crack problem. A high school student was suspended for 5 days after singing a spoof of On Top of Old Smokey that includes lyrics about shooting a teacher. Beth Ann Cox, 16, a junior at Peachtree Ridge High School, said she had been humming the song during German class, but denied singing loudly or directing the lyrics at her teacher, Phil Carroll. Shoot his ass, like that. I'd had a song stuck in my head all day, like the tune of it, she said. This kid in front of me asked me about the song, so I told him the words. I didn't say them loudly. The song includes the lyrics, On top of Old Smokey, all covered with blood, I shot my poor teacher with a .44 slug. All right, I like that.
We all sang that in grade school.
Yeah.
Loud and proud.
Right. What's wrong with that? Put a cap in his head, and it turned out he was dead, and stuff like that. Administrators pulled Cox out of class later Friday, and that's why she had threatened her teacher. She was suspended Monday. Cox has had differences with the teacher in the past, said her mother, Suzanne Cox. We feel that Dr. Carroll is some kind of vendetta for our daughter, and he used this to take a stand against her, Suzanne be saying. Sloan Roach, spokesman for the school district about 30 miles northeast of Atlanta, said the suspension was appropriate disciplinary action for disrupting class. On top of Old Smokey, all covered with blood, I shot my poor teacher with a .44 slug. That's bad. That is really bad. 567, we're not going to take any this hour, but I'll give you the numbers out. 567, although you never know, we might surprise you. and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Every now and then, might like WQAM. Hello.
Would you like to talk
Real quick like that, and it's always the same. See, real quick, punch it up real quick and punch it out real quick. It's always the same. WQAM. Hello. QAM.
WQAM in Canada.
Right. Let's hear it. It's not Thursday. It must be. We in Canada today. Tomorrow he gets his treatments. He's going in for the shock treatment tomorrow. Get a good buzz. Let's see what we got on the fax machine. It says, Dear God, I've been listening for approximately 17 years. Please tell me what FROG stands for. FR is the first two letters in frog, and FR is the first two letters in French. French Canadians, also known as frogs.
Right.
It's a very... I see. It says, French overweight guys. No. With Speedo and law... that answers the question. That must have been rhetorical. With Speedos and black socks. Much love and sit always, says Johnny. Clarence Frogman Henry.
There you go. It's the only thing with frog in the computer here.
Yeah. Clarence Frogman. He also did, what was his other one?
I ain't
got no home.
Which I don't have in here for some reason.
No, but we got the Mo one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's Mo Better.
Ain't got no... Oh, what the hell's that called?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Chicken X's going to have to tell you. To the tune of Ain't Got No Home.
Wait 30 seconds.
Oh, I love that one. And haven't played it in a long time either. Come on, Chicken Neck. America needs to know right now. That's Frog, baby. French Canadians. Disgusting and this big puppet hanging out. And believe me, if you think they're disgusting there, go to Montreal sometime, eh? I don't understand why. I guess because I got lucky and I won some money the first time I went to that big casino in Montreal. I thought, boy, this is... And the restaurants are really good there. Just the people are disgusting, but the food is sensational. Much better than here. Which would... And you know, in the long run, that's a blessing. Who wants to live in a place where they got so many great restaurants when you're trying to stay alive and lose the weight, right?
Right.
Did the phone ring yet? You got the Chicken Neck on there?
Still waiting.
Oh. 904 vote. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show is to hear Neil rant and rave. 49%, 443. Oh, let's get that about 50% again, huh? And I'll start ranting and raving. If that's what you're craving. You know what the Raven said? Nevermore. For a few laughs, 158. To hear the bedtime stories, 101. You put those three together and you got most of the audience. To hear Neil rip the callers, 65. I don't know what they're talking about because there's no callers to rip anymore. It's just the same 8 bozos, which we've already heard from like at least 3 or 4 of them already today. It's not even noon yet. For the comedy bit, 62. To hear the callers, only 42. Under 5%, a paltry 4.6%. Want to hear these brilliant callers who have so much to input and output. I hate this full 28, and I have no life. Has already got...
I have no life.
4 what?
Ain't never said doy.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Well, where the hell am I going to find that?
I don't know.
See here.
Oh.
I ain't never said doy. And I'm getting very annoyed about these saying doy. I ain't never said doy. Then they ought to pay me by the
And his memory lingers on, man, without the malignant presence, without him walking around picking dingleberries in front of other people. We should have put that on her the other day, picking dingleberries. Oh, he's probably the only person that does that in pubic. What's this fax just here? It says, for the poll, to hear the truth. Okay, there you go. To hear the truth, because the truth shall set you free. Boy, talk about a suck-up. Okay, thank you so much. You're going to put that on there to hear the truth.
We're putting it on there.
Because he tells it like it is, baby, whatever it is. Like Clinton would say, whatever it is. It was, she was, that is, a stain. 11:56 at 560. I mean, stop and think about it, okay? Does that tell you what's wrong with America? Priorities a little bit screwed up? Here's a guy that was getting, like, serviced a little bit, who was horny because he's married to a frigid bull dyke, and you can't blame the guy, and he's under a lot of stress. And right away, the Republicans, the hypocritical, Bible-thumping, phony baloney Republicans who got all those skeletons in their closets, they're impeaching his ass. And now we got a guy that's the butcher, man, a butcher who breaks the laws whenever the hell he feels like it, does whatever he wants. He feels he's the emperor complex. The emperor without, it's not the emperor with no clothes, it's the emperor with no brain. And this guy continues doing it with, like, impunity, man. He keeps waltzing around, you know. He's in Florida the other day peddling this phony Medicare deal. Phony is an $86 bill at Woodbine. Down here's record high. That's because things are going so well. Oh, yeah. You know, when you're outdoors a lot in South Florida, you do a lot of walking, which is good for you, but not necessarily good for your feet unless you got good-fitting shoes. So the only place to take those Tootsies is Brandy's Shoes in Pompano Beach, because at Brandy's, they got the unbeatable combination I've been telling you about for years. Man, they got all the top brands, they got unbeatable prices, and they got sales holes who give you personal service and take good care of your feet, even if they smell really, really bad. All the major brands are waiting for you at Brandy's, like Florsheim, Echo, Mephisto, Rockport, Hush Puppies, New Balance, lots of other name brands in all sizes for men and women. They even carry wide widths and hard-to-find sizes that you won't find in your pedestrian horsecraft store. Brandy Shoes is the largest independent shoe retailer in all of South Florida. When you see the selection and value you get, you'll understand why I've been telling you about them for years. Go see our good friend Arnie at Brandy, so make sure you get the right-fitting shoes for your feet. The right-fitting shoes. See, I said it right that time. I didn't even say whatever it was. And don't forget, you know they're going to have what you're looking for, because the only thing they do at Brandy's is shoes, so you never have to worry about size, selection, service, and certainly not price, because when it comes to price, Brandy's always is unbeatable. You'll find Brandy's at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, between Atlantic and Copans on the east side. You can't miss it. Brandy's open every single day. They're open Monday through Saturday till 9, every Sunday till 5 for your convenience. And now, this week, is a stupendous time to buy Florsheims at Brandy's. Take $10 to $30
Stop 30, man.
off selected men's styles. So be sure to get your fat ass into the store and do your shoe shopping this week, or do it right online from the comfort of your computer. Brandy'sShoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I'm Frau Iliana Ross-Leitman, and I like scrubbing my smelly gorilla ass with soap made from jewels and listening to the Neil Roje Comunista Hour. Hey, Brian! Oh, mommy, mommy.
Oh, she's in the family wagon, old Brittany, for that, at least allegedly, by that grotesque, slimy thing she's married to. Oh, brother. 12:02 at 560 WQM. We got Geldy coming up at 2, featuring Eric Reed, the voice of the Heat, at 3:30, talking about Shaq and the Heat and stuff like that. Basketball.
Yes.
And then the Mad Dog at the basketball arena, at the Mickey Arena, for the Heat Nets game number 2 from 4 to 6:30. Give you a big preview with and the icy sleeve. And then Marlins on deck. Any interest in that crap?
No.
Marlins and the Braves. Marlin on deck at 7:30, and the Marlins and the Braves 7:05. Norma Kent threatens she's not going anymore. And then Eddie K after the baseball game. When you put a team that is totally non-competitive out there, like Norma pointed out, why should anybody? I mean, if they gave you $10, you probably wouldn't want to go see it.
Right. That's a shot if he's not going anymore.
Yeah, because he's a real jock sniffer, man. He's Mr. Baseball. You know, he lives and dies for the smell of the jock straps and the gloves. You know, the smell of baseball. Speaking of that, I got Molly Ivins and I got Maureen Dowd. Which one do you want first? I'm doing Molly Ivins first.
All right.
I'm actually going to read these. Oh, no.
Like to tape that.
Oh, God, no. Oh, there's Jim Clancy.
Really wants to.
Yeah, I really want to. Molly Ivins writes the best little whorehouse in Washington. Of course, I'm above sex, drugs, and rock and roll, so serious a servant of the public interest am I can fogey with the best. On my better days, I make David Broder look like page 6 in the Post. I don't care what anyone smoked 20 years ago. I approve of those who boogie till they puke, and I don't care who anyone in politics is screwing in private, as long as they're not screwing the public. On the other hand, if you expect me to pass up a scandal involving poker, hookers, and Watergate building with crooked defense contractors, and the number 3 guy at the CIO named Dusty Fago, be still my heart. You expect too much. Any journalist who claims Hookergate is not a legitimate scandal is dead, has been for some time, and needs to be unplugged. In addition to sex, drugs, and rock and roll, Hookergate is rife with public interest questions, misfeasance, malfeasance, and nonfeasance, and many splendid moral points for the children. Recommended for Sunday school use, grades 7 and above. But for starters, let's consider the unenviable record of Porter Misha Goss at the CIA. From the beginning of his tenure, Goss has been criticized for politicizing the agency. He brought a bunch of political hacks with him for staff, one of whom turns out to be the poker player called Nine Fingers. And in the end, he was probably fired for not having politicized the agency enough. What's the point of politicizing an intelligence agency? So the CIA officials would get a report from some agent in Iraq saying, looks bad? The first thing they'd ask was, is this agent a Republican or a Democrat? Maybe there really are conservatives who believe everything in Iraq is hunky-dory, and there's a giant media conspiracy to hide the joyous tidings. But as you may recall, the ever-nimble minds of Donnie Rumsfeld Shop have already tried paying public relations people to invent good news about Iraq and then plant it in newspapers there, and it didn't work. In fact, it was so stupid it was humiliating. Luckily, the Pentagon was once again able to investigate itself and determine it had done nothing illegal. So now they're turning the CIA over to a general who not only ran the warrantless wiretap program, but still can't figure out that it's unconstitutional. Why do I get the feeling this is W and Carl again flipping the finger at some grown-up they don't like? General Michael Hayden had mixed reviews as director of the National Security Agency. He's evidently not a good manager, which makes him a perfect bushy. But he is straightforward enough to have admitted that some warrantless spying has been done for political reasons. None of the usual Washington insiders seems to have a beat on this. Hayden would theoretically report to John Negroponte, Bush's supposed intelligence czar. Negroponte is widely considered worthless. His major achievement so far seems to be organizational charts and buying furniture. You know me, you know conspiracy theories here, but the Bush administration, which doesn't seem to be able to run much, set out to retool the CIA after 9/11 and the Iraq War. Problem is, everything that worked at the CIA, that it warned about 9/11 and said the Iraq War was a bad idea, was on the hit list. The Bushies wanted to eliminate the people who were right and promote those who were wrong. This is no way to shut up by an intelligence agency, not to mention the White House spit-fit over Joe Wilson's wife. A spit-fit. Next, we need to contemplate sincere, old-fashioned, non-ideological greed, theft, and bribery. In the beginning, there was only Duke Cunningham, the high-living, fun-loving, super-patriot congressman from San Diego. His yacht was called the Dukester. That's Duke-Stir, the Dukester. And he had nice taste in 19th century French commodes. While we're all happy to see our elected representatives enjoying themselves in Washington, that's real people's money. Actually, the yacht and commode were paid for by defense contractor Brent Wilkes. Keep an eye on that player. It was people's money that paid for the defense contracts. Wilkes allegedly bribed public officials into landing for his clients. The former Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security, Clark Kent Irvin, that would be the DHS equivalent of a police department's internal affairs chief, tried to blow the whistle on shady contracts at DHS and instead was thrown overboard himself. Folks, we'll never get government straightened out again if we don't keep the IG strong and independent. If the Bush administration continues to fall apart at this clip, I think we'll be grateful for incompetence as an excuse. That's Molly's take. You got it?
I got it.
What the hell is this? Oh, this Johnny. What is this Johnny spelled Jonny? Chronic.
Yeah, the frog definition is interesting, though.
Oh, I see. Frog, French. Now, what is this from? Oh, from the racial slur database. The French are said to laugh like frogs. When they laugh, their Adam's apples bulge out of their necks like frogs, and perhaps the French delicacy are frog's legs. Another possible derivation is the fleur-de-lis displayed on the French's king's banner in the Middle Ages, which to the English enemy looked like a squatting frog. That's the UK origin. The fleur-de-lis, which is still, of course, on the French-Canadian flag. Oh, yes, they do have their own flag, you do understand. They also sing the national anthem, Parlez-vous Français, mostly in French, a little English thrown in.
Well, when are they going to start singing it in Spanish?
I beg your pardon?
When are they going to start singing it in Spanish?
When they move to Miami.
We're going to ship all the illegal aliens up there.
When they move to Dania Beach. 937 votes on the poll. I bet you Josh is impressed. Even the day after his birthday, they're coming through for you.
I'll be damned.
You probably
Who'd have
will.
thought?
After you're playing all that monkey business with the waitress last night at the melting pot. That's what I heard. That's the rumor. 6,079 at the Marlin game, boy. That's pathetic. And, of course, the Heat are playing tonight, right? Yes?
Yes, they are.
So you can only imagine how many people are going to be at the Marlin game.
About 30, man.
Wow. Oh, my God. Can you even begin to imagine that?
It's going to be rough.
It is going to be this is a tough one. So all you real dyed-in-the-wool Marlin fans, both of you, get out there and we love the Marlins. They're really good. Come on. Pretend you care. Maureen Dowd writes, father and son reunion. Boy, she is so good. She's very weak on TV. I don't know why, but she does, I don't know. You ever seen her on one of the, well, you don't watch those shows anyway.
Right, I don't.
She's not good on TV. But
I've
boy,
seen her picture.
Huh?
I've seen her picture.
I don't mean she don't look good. Well, she doesn't really look all that good, but who cares about that? You know, she's brilliant. She's great. If she looked good, she probably wouldn't know crap, you know? I mean, you can't... God spreads it around. That's what I always said.
Oh, God!
That's why most great singers are ugly, you know? We talked about that the other day. And most good-looking, like Britney, she couldn't sing her way out of a paper sack. See the way it works? Anyway, Maureen writes, and it doesn't cost you anything, by the way. One Bush did it by staying out of Baghdad, raising taxes, and driving down the deficit. The other Bush did it by going into Baghdad, cutting taxes, and driving up the deficit. But perhaps inevitably, the father and son ended up in an Oedipal tango at the same spot, 31%. After trying not to emulate his father's presidency in any way, W emulated in the worst possible way. He came out of a conflict with Saddam as a towering figure with soaring approval ratings, and ended up as a shrunken figure with scalding approval ratings. Scalding. In the latest New York Times CBS News poll, W's stunning implosion landed him in a tie with his dad's low point in July '92, 4 months before the public traded in Poppy for Bill Clinton. As Adam Nagorny and Megan Thee noted in their Times article today, that's the lowest approval rating for any president in the last half-century other than Richard Nixon and Jimmy Carter. Even Hillary Clinton's got a more favorable rating than W, 34%. The president can draw some solace. John Kerry's got 26% and Al Gore's at 28%, and Dick Cheney's in the bunker at 20%. But in the new poll, even many of the party faithful are glum. Only 45% of evangelical Christians, 69% of Republicans, and 51% of conservatives like the way W is taking care of business. A whopping 70% deem the country pretty seriously on the wrong track, and two-thirds consider the nation in worse shape now than when W took over. On the issues that earned Karl Rove his nickname, Boy Genius, values and national security, the shift was notable. 50% of respondents said Democrats came closer to sharing their moral values, compared with 37% who said Republicans did, and the GOP retains a tenuous advantage on being seen as stronger on terrorism. The numbers for those who think we did the right thing by invading Iraq are steadily dropping, and the numbers are rising for those who believe we should have stayed out. Many Americans have simply lost faith in the administration's ingenuity. Only a quarter of those polled have much confidence in W's ability to handle a crisis. A mere 9% are sure he can successfully end the war in Iraq, and a paltry 4% think the administration has a clear plan to keep gas prices down. But can triumphalist Nancy Pelosi lift their spirits? Boy, is she an idiot. The Bush presidency has devolved into an assertion of empty will. The White House blew off warnings from Republicans in Congress about appointing General Michael Hayden as CIA chief. You know you're in trouble when conservatives threat that the military is getting too much power. If W really cared about getting good intelligence for his war on terror, he never would have appointed Porter Mishegoss in the first place. That wasted more than 18 months that could have been used fixing the dysfunctional agency and drove out some really good officials. Mr. Goss, the Cheney toady, was appointed because W and Vice wanted him to do a hostile takeover at Langley to clear out suspected leakers, especially terror contributors, malcontents, critics of the war, anyone else who wasn't with the program. Before the Iraq invasion, it was about fixing the intelligence around the policy. Now it's about appointing yes-men and enforcing loyalty. The Bush warriors didn't want good intelligence in the first place because it would have told them they were wrong about Saddam's ties to Al-Qaeda and WMD. Now they're still more concerned with turf battles than with truth-tellers and finding anyone who can tell us where Osama is. Osama who? Even Denny Hastert, the Republican speaker, scoffed at the Hayden move as a Negroponte power grab. The general is a Cheney pal who stood up for the White House's right to be unconstitutional, going along with the heinous, warrantless snooping. That makes him one of the team and ready for a promotion or a Medal of Freedom. He'll no doubt be accommodating when Dark Cheney comes over to Langley to lurk around the analysts and oversee the evidence-building case for sending bombs rather than diplomats to Iran. Now that we're dealing with crazed Iranian president, dreaming of nukes and writing an 18-page letter that sounds like an Israel-hating Islamic version of the rapture, wouldn't it be great if our spooks could stop fighting and go spy on somebody? That's Maureen Dowd's take. You go, Maureen. You go, gal. Think she's going?
No.
Probably to death row if she keeps writing stuff like that with this crowd we got now. They don't tolerate such insubordination. In fact, Joyce says for insubordination you can be fired if it did. She's going to put it in your contract. I guess they didn't try to put all that crap in your contract.
Oh, like just the standard crap, which has that.
It does?
Everyone else's, has in the
no, it does not.
Stuff.
No, it does not.
When I say everyone else's, I'm talking about the normal people, not the big stars.
Well, the normal people don't have contracts. Josh don't have a contract. The Beast don't have a contract. What other people can you tell me got a contract?
But most of the people have contracts, like the salespeople, the staff, they all have that.
The staff?
Yeah. And Josh will probably have one soon, if he doesn't already.
Robert?
Yeah.
Robert's got a contract?
I'm pretty sure.
Get out of here. You're a crazy person, man.
Well, we can
Robert Griefer's got a freaking contract?
Most of the people that are anywhere near the air have a contract.
If I told you once, I've told you times that somebody ought to put a contract out on him. I got news for you, Robert. If you saw Godfather 3, I'd be real careful next time I put those glasses on. Now, what was that Don's name that got the glasses in the neck there at the end?
I don't know. Altobello, I don't know.
Was that it? Don Altobello?
I'm guessing.
No, that was Eli Wallach was Don Altobello. But you get with it. You better rewatch Godfather 3, okay?
No, thank you.
Just hold your nose.
No, thank you.
Just hold Sophia's nose.
I have to hold more than that.
Hold your water. Not Don Tomasino. That was the one with the leg blown off.
Not
Don
Fanucci.
That was the good Don. What?
Not Don Fanucci, because he was
Don
the black
Fanucci
hand.
was in Godfather 2. That was the black hand who was fiddling with the light bulb there. And then all of a sudden, bada bing! Robert De Niro just cut it loose. I like the scene in Godfather 2 when they stole the carpet, him and young Luca Brasi. That was great. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Bruno
They
Turbi.
rolled the carpet up. 12:14 at 5:60. I got some bad Godfather music. I went out and got hosed the other day. That's bad. That's very unfortunate.
Well, it's
music from the Godfather, but not from the original soundtracks by the Hollywood Studio Orchestra and Singers. So I'm gonna have to watch that. It just looks so authentic, you know. I got hosed.
Now, does that make you a hoser since you're in Canada?
No, it makes them a hoser that sold it to me. Sometimes it's the things that you can't see that really are bad for you. In South Florida for 28 years, Dry Concepts is absolutely the best at cleaning your carpets and making them look brand new. That's why I've used them for over 21 years.
Don Novello?
To call. Don Altobello? You just got through saying it.
Novello.
Novello? No. Keep looking.
Okay.
When you dry clean your carpets, you can clean today, entertain tonight. Carpets stay cleaner longer with no sticky residue left behind, which makes them last longer, too, by the way. And with over 50,000 satisfied Dry Concepts customers, you can be dang sure you won't be alone. And don't forget, they're also experts in water damage. Keep that in mind during hurricane season. Certified technicians also get you out of the mold zone in minutes, not days. And Dry Concepts can get your home or business dry within 24 to 72 hours. It's guaranteed. And to top it all off, Dry Concepts has a state-of-the-art Oriental rug cleaning plant, the only one in town, on site, that's dedicated to keeping your expensive area rugs looking just like brand new, like you had brand new laid only moments ago. And, of course, they give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start doing any of their fantastic work for you. You got to be nuts to call anybody else. Do yourself a big favor, because I know once you call them, you'll use them forever and ever. Call Dry Concepts today, toll-free at 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Or on the wicked web, it's dryconcepts.com.
Don Costello?
This is Neil Rogers.
Joe Costello.
This is 560 QAM.
Yes.
Skip out the
O.J. Simpson was a hero, loved by millions across the land. They went to visit his ex-wife now. She was hanging with another man. The Juice went home now for a knife and ski mask and a pair of gloves, and back he went. She was tipping her friend the waiter and giving more than 15%. Well, Juice couldn't take it, started slicing and dicing, don't you know? Was at the airport before they fell. He made a touchdown in old Chicago. He checked in at the Alibi Hotel. But the LADA, well, he flagged O.J. for illegal procedure with a knife. That's a prison yard penalty, he said with conviction. That's what you get when you hacked a wife. I'm dying over here. Out on the LA freeway, in a getaway Bronco, pressing something to his skull, wishing he was dead. But it was a cell phone, no, not a pistol. Suicide by tumor, deep in his head. Well, they finally got him. Now it's up to the jury, but he will surely be in jail for life. And now the people, they all say they feel bad for O.J. They forget it ain't okay to have
better. How come time made OJ so black?
Yeah, he was 4 shades lighter in Newsweek and 10 shades lighter in U.S. News and World Report. 978 votes on the poll. Are you excited about that? I got another one for the poll.
Don Lucchese.
That was it, Don Lucchese. That was the guy with the glasses.
Don Lucio Lucchese. Lucio.
Oh, Lucio. And who was it that gave him the old glasses in the neck?
It was Kahlo.
Like I said, Kahlo. He was avenging his buddy there, Don Tomasino. Right. Isn't that who he was avenging?
That is correct.
And the other one, the evil security guard, was Fabrizio.
Si.
979. Fabrizio, there's a waiter at my favorite restaurant in Rome named Fabrizio, who was a real skinny guy. And I guess Grandpa died, and all of a sudden he got all depressed and whatever, and then ballooned up like a bullfrog, like somebody put a bicycle pump up his
rectum.
And then now he's lost a little weight. Last time I was there in Roma, in La Trattoria. Oh man. Seriously, before you croak, before they stay, I'm talking to everybody, not just you guys, everybody. Before you croak, before they stick your ass in a box, you must go to Rome and really enjoy the food there, and you will.
Well, I plan to.
Take Josh with you. Now with that new deal, in fact, Josh, if you're smart, you probably would have gotten like folded in there.
Maybe fold in a Rome trip. Let's not mess around.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, not just a Rome trip, a European trip. A couple of days in Amsterdam.
I hear you.
Maybe 2 or 3 in Rome, manja, and then back to Amsterdam for work it off a little bit. And you will have and probably want to go back to Rome because you work up a hearty appetite in Amsterdam. First of all, the food sucks, and then you'll be smoking that bad stuff, good stuff. Work up a heavy-duty appetite. It's got to be frustrating. No wonder the Dutch wind up being such a bunch of turds, you know it? They're always starving to death, and there's nothing but those nasty fries around with that greasy brown sauce. I have a feeling that sauce might come out of the canals, from the looks of it. Where the hell was I the other day where they have that... at Taco Bell.
The brown sauce?
Because they also have... I told you, they have the KFC and the Taco Bell together, side by each, in some of these joints. And it was at the KFC, and somebody was ordering fries with, I don't know, and then they had that brown... That's big here, too, as a matter of fact. I see fries places in the malls, and they have that brown gravy they put out.
Yeah,
oh,
good.
Man. Huh?
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, what is it?
It's like brown gravy, like beef gravy, like you put on mashed potatoes.
Mashed taters? But those are on fries, man. Greasy fries that are deep fried and will tear your kidneys
Whatever,
out.
it's a potato. It's even better.
Gigantic tumor. Oh, potatoes they're the nightshades.
They're deadly?
Yeah. Did you ever hear that? The deadly nightshades?
Yeah.
Well, what is that?
I don't
These
know.
people are right. You know, that most of the nutritionists, man, they're like crazy people. I'm not saying that they're not. In fact, you'll never believe this. There was a very nice young lady, very friendly, maybe a little too friendly, playing next to me, and she kept showing me her engagement ring, and she's getting married this fall, and blah, blah, blah. In fact, she hit the jackpot. She got the 3 diamonds, and she got $1,600, and then she put most of it back like an idiot. I don't know what the hell she's thinking about. I mean, if you want $1,600, wouldn't you take it and walk away?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Just walk away. Yeah, and have a big smile on your face. Not this young lady. Anyway, let's see, I lost my train of thought. We were just talking about the brown sauce. I forgot what the hell it was. It was very important. Oh, no. Because I'm sitting there, and the servers keep coming by with the sodas, the free sodas, and you give them a tip, whatever. And so I drink gallons and gallons of that caffeinated diet soda all day. That's my big complaint, beside the fact the machines are tighter than a snare drum. And she says to me, "Oh, you drink, what do you drink?" And I said, Diet Coke. She said, "Oh, and that aspartame," she said, that stuff turns to wood alcohol in your body. And I thought she was going to give me a lecture on nutrition. When you're in the casino, you're not interested in having somebody give you like a health lecture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jesus, God Almighty, especially some fat old slob like me. I want her giving me, what for? I'm glad she put most of the money back. How do you like that? Ordinarily, if people are fairly nice, I'll root for them to win. But in her case, I'm glad she put it back. I don't want to hear about my diet soda, okay? I like my diet soda. It's refreshing, and I like chewing the ice, too. That's probably why I got although my neck problem's mostly gone. Aren't you pleased to hear about that?
That's good.
My throat problem's 100%, and my neck is I'd say about 90. I'm not sure it was that mineral ice stuff, that deep ice stuff I bought. I don't know whether it's got anything to do with it. I think it's just, maybe I had like a pinched nerve in my neck. Or maybe, like you suggested, by plunging so much there, spending so many hours, I'm working it out, working out the kinks.
Pull it with the other arm for a while. The lever.
26 past noon. I know what you're talking about, okay? I tried that. It's like reaching across your body, and then it puts you all out of balance, man. It's not good. Reaching across.
Well, work the machine to your left that way.
Now, that's a great idea. That's an excellent idea. I'll play it like some of these broads did it. I'll play all the machines. Oh, man, some of those people, I'd like to kill them.
Put your stool in the middle.
I'd like to kill them. Put my stool right there in the middle and watch them all run like hell. Watch them scatter. Whose stool is that? Oh, that's my stool. Oh, jeez. Wow. I think that girl had a point. Hey, if you love boating, you can go out and buy a boat and spend a fortune in that, and that's only the beginning of your headaches. If you want to enjoy the water, do it the smart way. Call Club Nautico at 1-800-BOAT-RENT right now and get rid of all the grief that goes along with owning a boat. Why do you pay all the expenses of boat ownership when you can rent one totally hassle-free at a price that's really affordable, too? Do the smart thing. Get yourself out on the water by joining the club, Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. You'll be surprised just how easy it is for you. There are no docking costs, no expensive upkeep, no insurance, or no hurricane preparation. And keep in mind, hurricane season's almost here. What is it, like May 15th to like November something, right? It's just about here.
Right.
And with the boat from Club Nautico, it's totally stress-free and truly affordable, too. Just one easy call gets you started, 1-800-BOAT-RENT. No getting the boat ready because Club Nautico does it for you. No cleaning up either when you're done because they do the same. At Club Nautico, just hop on your boat, go and have a spectacular time. When you're done, pull into the dock, get off, and leave all the mess to them. It's that easy. Club Nautico, call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. From unlimited boating to pay-as-you-go, small boats to yacht charters, all of these things and everything in between, it's Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT and let Club Nautico tailor a plan to fit your needs and your budget today. Get on the water today by making that one call to Club Nautico. Tell them that old Neil told you to call, the ancient mariner told you to call 1-800-BOAT-RENT.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Floridians, dumb as dirt.
Absolutely.
Every job has got one. Like 7 million made a border run. I hear them protest for the rights of an alien. They say this law is so cruel. Our illegals are Spanish-speaking foreign people. They got no reason for leaving. They even go to my school. And then they say these laws ain't good enough. They just sit on a corner till you pick them up. It would change your life if they didn't pick your food. 'Cause we're all so screwed. And it's not just politicians who are playing the fool. We're filled with all this emotion that we can't get through. They take the kind of jobs that we do not want to do. Give them green cards, make it legal, or else shut up about it.
12:33, we got 991 votes. By the time I click that baby again, we're going to be over 1,000 already. We got a long way to go. We got all the way till Gildy time, 2 o'clock. Got some good news. Good news for Bill Nelson and for people who hate what's going on in America today like poison. Good news.
Okay.
Rejecting appeals from Governor Fat-Ass Jeb Bush and other top Republicans, House Speaker Alan Bence, who evidently has a little sense, said today he will not challenge U.S. Representative Katherine Harris for the party's nomination for U.S. Senate. She got about as much chance of getting elected as the janitor, Rick the janitor. He's not a bad guy, but who knows from him. His specialty is, like most politicians, garbage. Bence of Panama City just completed his second and final term as Speaker of the State House and has been wooed by several top party members to get into the GOP primary against Harris, who is viewed by Bush and others as having little chance against Democratic incumbent Bill Nelson. I've been extremely honored and humbled by the strong support and encouragement I've received from my family, my friends, and from people across Florida who I admire greatly, Bence said in a statement released by his legislative orifice today. However, I've decided not to run for the U.S. Senate. He said he was confident that he could beat Harris and Nelson. Ultimately, his decision came down to the fundamental question of whether he was willing to spend the next 6, 12, or maybe 18 years of his life away from his family and home serving Florida in the U.S. Senate. After much thought and prayer, I realized the answer to that question is no. He didn't have a Chinaman's chance. The fat-ass governor said yesterday Harris has dropped so low in public opinion polls she can't unseat Nelson. I just don't think she can win. I know we did that yesterday, but it's worth pointing out again. Bush pointed out polls showing Harris is running
about 30, man.
About 30 points behind Bill Nelson. She's been dogged by staff turnover and that acceptance of $32,000 in illegal campaign contributions from defense contractor Mitchell Wade, who pleaded guilty to bribing former U.S. Representative the Dukester, Duke Cunningham. I'd like that.
I like
Katherine Harris against Bill Nelson. That's like the Marlins against the Braves. Don't forget 7:05 game time. How are they going to compete with the Heat, huh?
They're not going to.
They're not going to. Now, I don't know what their season attendance is. Their season ticket holder number is. But whatever it is, that's what the number is going to be, because it'll be the actual attendance will be less. You follow what I'm saying? In other words, there's a minimum number And that's always whatever the season tickets are. In other words, if there are 3,500 season ticket holders, they can't put less than 3,500 on there.
Correct.
Because they're counting everybody already bought the ticket.
Yes.
Plus those who were thinking about showing up, and those who may have been there in the last couple of weeks, and those who might come next Monday. I don't think they're probably playing at home next Monday, but nevertheless, maybe they will. And if you show up, maybe there'll be a game. Look at that, we got 1,001 votes. I didn't even click it again. Aren't you excited about that? We got 1,001 just sitting here on my fat, smelly ass.
Maybe.
Boy, that's good. That is really good. I wonder how this other song sounds. Not playing it right now. Looking for a leader. Now, I always say it's Bob Lumen and Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, but that's not who it is it? Who did that song? Johnny Paycheck. Now, who did it? Looking for Love. Oh, you don't know?
Bobby Womack.
No. Come on. I always say Bob Lumen. What song did Bob... Oh, Let's Think About Living was Bob Lumen, wasn't it? Let's Think About Living. Huh?
Is this the song you're thinking of?
What are you talking about?
This is Looking for Love.
That's not it. That's some darker... huh? It's a country song. Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. Is Johnny
Mickey
Paycheck?
Gilly.
Who?
Mickey Gilly. I didn't know you were talking about the country version.
Mickey Gilly? Well, what the hell is that? Mickey Gilly, my ass.
I'll go get a feather.
Mickey Gilly. Abu Ghraib.
Looking for somebody coming up to take it on, clean up the corruption and make the country strong.
There you go, good Canadian boy Neil Young telling it like it is. I'm going to play that in the 1 o'clock hour. Looking for a leader, and then we'll play Let's Impeach the President, and then we'll play Prison Bitch a couple of times. We'll have that baby licked. See, there's more one ways to skin a cat. Now, you know how many times we've talked about crap.
Crack?
About how people are stupid, about silly stuff that people fetch a lot of money for. And every time we talk about that, we mention Andy Warhol, and justifiably so. This is art. An Andy Warhol canvas portraying a can of Campbell's soup was auctioned off for nearly $11.8 million today, Christie's Auction House reports. $11.8 million for a painting of a Campbell soup can. The sale of small torn Campbell's, and it's got the picture here. It's a pepper pot soup.
By the way, you'll be happy to know.
Yes.
Because according to Boca Brian, it was Bobby Womack. Bob Lumen. Then
it was Bob Lumen?
There's a version by Waylon Jennings, and another one by Mickey Gilly, and another one by Johnny Lee.
I think he's wrong. Oh, Johnny Lee. That's who it was, Johnny Lee. Looking for Love. You don't know the song I'm talking about? It's a great song.
I'm just telling you, there's 5 versions of it, and I hate all of them.
You don't like that song?
No,
it's a good song.
Country music.
Oh, that's one of my favorite, along with the white sport coat and the pink carnation. The pink part, It's
that was Marty Robbins.
Right. You're telling me like I don't know that?
I interviewed Marty Robbins after he was dead.
You did.
Yeah, but you didn't interview him after he was dead.
I interviewed Bert Lahr.
Yeah, after he was dead?
No.
All right.
It looked like it, though. In Ypsilanti, Michigan, I interviewed Bert Lahr. Looks like we made it. Lose Control. Looking for Love. Where is it? Oh, Johnny Lee. Oh, Looking for a Love. Jay Giles Band and Bobby Womack. That's a different song. Looking for a Love. Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. 580 Johnny Lee. It's not Bob Lumen. In fact, I'll bet you what I say Bob Lumen was. Let's think about living. Huh? Well, I hate country music, but every now and then there's one song, that really gets to you. It's okay, it's pretty good.
Every once in a while.
Bob Lumen, 1960. Let's Think About Living. That was almost that was okay. It was in the same genre as I Can Help. Who did that? I Can Help. Oh God, do I hate that song. And you don't know that one?
Yeah, but
who is it?
Think of it.
I Can Help. That was a medley of his smash. That was a one-hit wonder. Thanks God. Can I get back to Andy's Warhol? The sale of small torn Campbell soup can pepper pot, a 62 canvas, set a record for work from the Artist's Campbell Soup series. Art dealer Larry Gagosian delivered the winning bid for the item, which had an estimated price of between $10 and $15 million. He was bidding for Eli Broad, an L.A. collector and financier, the New York Times reports today. Oh, here it is. I Can Help.
Billy Swan.
Oh, hopefully that's his swan song. And it was, because we never heard from him once again.
Couldn't remember that.
I Can Help. Billy Swan.
Yeah.
And they played that 8 million times an hour. Nice talk-up. Get rid of it. Kill him. The painting came from the collection of Irving Blum, an art gallery director that gave Warhol his first show. This is just... And then there was another one. British David Hockney, His 1967 A Neat Lawn, it doesn't have the picture here, but I can just imagine, fetched $3.6 million and was snapped up by an Asian art collector. You know, this business of art, I'm no connoisseur of art, okay? I know nothing about it. I'm just an old slob. But, you know, the idea that a soup can or like, you know, it's like that scene in the Last Days. Seemed like years. It's like that scene at the front of the house, you know?
Right.
How long did it seem to you how many hours did it seem? About
30, man. Let me tell you something about art. You're just as qualified as any sued with any degree because you have eyes.
Right.
All right? I hate the modern art.
So what's their excuse?
They're sueds.
Oh. 1242 at 560 WQM on the Geldy Geldstein warm-up show. Today's Wednesday. I bet there are a lot of you out there, a lot of you guys who haven't even thought about Mother's Day yet. It's this Sunday, you know. There's still time to make it seem like you put a lot of thought into your gift and send an original Vermont teddy bear. You got plenty of time. Sending a beargram is much more personal and fun than flowers, which die in no time. And Vermont teddy bears last forever. They're even guaranteed for life. They're guaranteed. You can only get them by calling a friendly bear counselor at 1-800-829-BEAR or shopping at VermontTeddyBear.com. Your mom or wife will receive a beautiful little bear delivered with a free card, gourmet caramels, and a gift card in a colorful box. They'll help you tailor a bear just for her, whether it's the nurse bear, the teacher, businesswoman, or gardening bear. They even have a fun new barefoot and pregnant bear for those moms-to-be. Check out the new All-American mom dressed in a patriotic sundress and holding an apple pie. And for all you mama's boys out there, be sure to send a mama's boy bear with a heart-shaped mom tattoo on its arm. And dads, it's your job to get your wife a gift from the kids, and the Mother and Cub set is a perfect idea. Just add as many cubs as needed. They'll embroider your kids' names right on the outfits. And be sure and... Oh, it says here, optional. I'm sending my mom or wife the blank bear. I'm sending my mom the Sorry You're Dead bear. She's going to love it. Well, I don't have no wife, and, you know, so it's optional if you have a mom or a wife. What are you sending your mom?
My best
Poison
wishes.
candy. Here's a tip. Send a bear to arrive at her workplace on Friday so she can brag about you to her coworkers. That one works like magic every time. They'll think you're a real mensch. So call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. Send a creative alternative to flowers for Mother's Day this year, something neat she'll appreciate and squeeze the rest of her life. That's 1-800-829-BEAR, 1-800-829-BEAR, and tell them that old Neil told you to call.
This is Neil Rogers. Oi! This is 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
Yes, absolutely.
Top 48 at 560 WQAM, man. We're no Joel Feinberg, that's for damn sure. What a jackass. WQAM, hello.
Is this QAM?
Yes, sir.
Is any way I can go on the radio or to talk to the DJs that are trying to figure out a song and who sang it? And I know the answer to it. I can't believe they don't know
What
it.
song was that?
Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. That's Mickey Gilley. He sung it in that movie Urban Cowboy. Remember Bud and Sissy? And remember Gillies, the Bar Gillies?
No.
Well, that's
what I said. What do you mean you can't believe they don't know it? We've only said it 3 times by everybody who ever said it.
Yeah, get the wax out of yours. He must have waxy buildup. He's just trying to be helpful, and you're busting his balls. What's
That's
wrong
right.
with you now? Who did we decide had the hit on it? Johnny Lee.
Right. Well, they all had a hit with it.
No,
we
they did not.
We don't follow the country charts.
They did not. Maybe in the country charts, right, but not in the Billboard charts.
Where would you
I don't care about
expect
the country charts.
Country song
Country
like that
charts
to
is for Yahoo farts.
No
okay?
kidding.
Mickey Gilley, okay? So he did it, and somebody else. Who cares when you come right down? But the guy was trying to be helpful, and you're seeing he was a good caller. He sounded to me like he was under the age of 100, and maybe
he was misrepresenting what was going on.
He was not Miss anything, okay? He wasn't even Miss America. What is wrong with you?
I remember that song by Eddie Murphy spoofing it on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Eddie Murphy had a hit with it, too. That's right.
Looking for
Yeah,
help.
could he sing or what, huh?
No.
Eddie Murphy. I think that's what got to him when he realized all of a sudden he couldn't be all things to all people, and he stopped being funny, and that's when he got hooked up with that hooker, with that that tranny. Wasn't that Eddie Murphy? Yeah, it was. A lot of guys got hooked up with the trannies. Is that Eddie Murphy?
Yes, it is.
No, come on.
I choice you not.
1,021 votes, said the DJ.
You know who wrote this song, don't you?
What song is that?
This song here. You know who wrote it for him, don't you?
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
No, he didn't write it. Eddie Murphy's singing it, eventually.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell it is.
It's his hit. He had a hit with this.
Well, good for him.
But it was written by Rick James, bitch.
Well, who cares?
Come on, Eddie.
Where are you, Eddie?
We're dying to hear you sing.
If I was him these days, I'd be hiding too.
I'd take a long time.
Eddie. Eddie, you can do it, sweetheart.
You know, if he's impersonating people singing,
put on those big cans and pretend you're a singer, T-Man.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
See, you stepped all over poor Eddie. Okay, that's enough.
I would say.
There's another guy, man, a legend in his own mind. He was the Joel Feinberg of music. 12:50, 10 before 1, although at least he did it with, now I guess he did it with somebody else's money, too. I'm sure of that. WQAM, hello.
Information and links to real estate organizations.
Okay, thanks. That's one of my favorites, too. WQAM, hola. QAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was out of the loop, but I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're out of the loop and you're still out of the loop.
You'll always
Guess what?
be loopy.
Yeah, you'll always be loopy to us. Go away. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
I just wanted to say goodbye to you. I'm moving out of Florida.
Where are you going, Pally?
Heading to Tunica, Mississippi.
I'll be damned.
Going to be a poker dealer and open up a cabinet shop.
All right, excellent. Best of luck to you, Pally.
I'll make you another box one of these days.
All right, that's the box, man. I'm still using it. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
You the man. That's the guy that made that big, nice box for me to rest in.
It's a very nice box.
No, it is a beautiful thing. I got all the light bulbs. Remember somebody sent me a whole bunch of light bulbs?
Well, put your ashes in there.
That would be a good idea. Put my asses in there. I got 4 of them. 1,025 votes on the poll, man. That poll is hot today. It is heavy duty.
In every other song that I've heard lately, some fellow gets shot.
Well, I like that.
Bob Lumen, I don't know why Brian sent this to me. Did you mention this guy?
No, it's Let's Think About Living. 1960. I like that. Kind of. Let's think about living. There you go. Okay, that's enough. That kind of. Yeah, let's play a country music. You know, this station, I don't know if you remember it, but before they finally put the sports talk garbage on this station, you remember what it was? They were. I don't know whether they were simulcasting KISS or they were doing like different country music.
No, they had their own, and I have a QAM country bumper sticker on the cabinet over here, my little.
All right.
Yeah, just for.
It was QAM country, man. They had KISS on FM and country on AM, which, you know, I mean, does that show you some ingenuity? Of course, that wasn't the measly Beasleys.
No.
That was the, what was their names?
Sunshine Wireless?
No, Two Live Jews, Sunshine Wireless, yeah. That's what Bill Calder used to call them, Two Live Jews. When Bill got cancer and he was on the verge of passing. And they sent him a message by messenger to his house. Don't come back. That was not even a phone call. Just don't come back. Your services are no longer needed, and we hope you die in good health, or whatever the hell they said. The Two Live Jews. I forget what their names were. Real a-holes. Sunshine, Wireless, my ass. Then Greg Reed came plopping along on the scene. Oh, boy. The Greg Reed scene. And then just when we thought we'd seen it all, then all of a sudden along came Clarabelle. Oh, brother. I'm glad you guys had a good chat, though, yesterday.
It was a nice time.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, we did.
Didn't have a good time. I never have a good time when he comes in there in the morning to talk to me.
You know, we had a conversation in the office that used to be Greg's.
Yes.
And I think that's the first time that I've had a conversation in there.
Really?
Right? I mean, I snuck in there a few times.
I was thinking about this the other day when I was sitting in my machine. I was thinking about the day that they called you off the show twice.
Right.
In the same day.
Right.
When they were conducting speaking of Hiya Pally, the Fat Boy Inquisition where he threw you under the bus.
Right.
About that Treasure Island business, and you supposedly were overcharging them, all this other bullcrap.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg, of course, did his best to browbeat you and throw you under the bus, and Fat Boy and he were like lifting the tires up to see if they could stick your ass under there. That was not in his office?
No, that was in the conference room.
Oh, in the conference room?
Sure. Remember, the whole staff was assembled.
Really?
Well, everyone with a title.
What's his name? You were out sick that day. Josh worked. Remember the guy that sent me that unctuous fax about I'm out of touch, and Miami's making this big comeback, and it's the epicenter of the universe. Remember that crap?
Yeah, in the world, I believe he said.
Oh, yes. I said the universe. Maybe just the world.
What?
Cruise ship lines abandon Miami as a port of call. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
Oh. When the Norwegian Spirit sets sail this evening for Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas, and by the way, all you stay out of there, it will say Bon Voyage to Miami as a port of call. The New York-based cruise ship no longer plans to visit Miami, even though it's the epicenter of the universe. It's the Epicure of the universe. Epicure is still open on Alton Road, right? Thank God. You ever shop at the Epicure Market?
No.
No. They don't like going in there. No, they like anybody with money. It's a great place. In fact, that's right down the street from where the Villa Deli used to be, right there on Alton Road. You certainly remember the Villa Deli.
Absolutely.
Boy, that was good. Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas will start calling on Miami in July during a series of 9-day itineraries from Baltimore, delivering 2,000-plus passengers to local tourist attractions. But beyond that, Miami, the world's cruise capital, remains little more than a place where people begin and end their cruises. No ships call regularly on Port Everglades in Broward, also a busy cruise departure point. In other words, a lot of people are leaving, but they're not going into town and spend no money. So all those people you see at the airport, they're holding the signs up, this cruise line, and they're grabbing people right off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing their ass right on the ship to make sure they get every last dime. They even turn those people upside down to make sure they get every last dime falls out. Like Meg Green. She used to hide a few quarters in her, and then they'd hold her upside down and they'd fall right out. For all its glamour, South Florida has yet to catch on as a place where cruise lines pull up and encourage their passengers to spend a few hours at local tourist attractions. Those same attractions, which usually see lulls between the weekends, had come to enjoy Norwegians' Wednesday visits as a midweek pickup. No mo. Tonight is finito, baby. That's it. No mo. Stacy Shaughnessy, a Long Island, New York mom who recently visited Miami as a passenger aboard Norwegian Spirit, says, Miami is just like New York except it has palm trees and it's hotter and the water is clearer. She said, I'd rather be in a place that's more quiet and laid back. Well, whatever that means. I guess Miami. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe Hialeah. Ain't nothing going on there. Except that new stadium, baby. We got the new stadium.
Hey,
the Marlins.
You fairy.
Attaboy, David. 12:57 at 560 WQAM. All you horse racing fans and poker players. Pompano Park Racing and Poker's got all the action you're looking for, and something special for the ladies who come out to the track this Saturday, May 13, for Mother's Day Eve. All the ladies willing to be age 18 and older will get a free entry blank to win $1,000 in betting vouchers this Saturday night. Drawings will take place after the 6th and 7th races, and you must be present to win. And by the way, Steve Wolf, don't worry. Most of the ladies at Pompano are over 18. Believe me. In fact, turn those numbers around. Prizes include a $50, $100, $150, $205 bet. You know who doesn't love to get some extra cash. And imagine all the early birds you can buy with that kind of money. Plus, the drawings will also be for tickets to upcoming Marlins baseball games. What's not to love? So make plans right now to bring out your wife, your mom, your mother-in-law. Maybe not your mother-in-law, but why not bring them all to Pompano Park this Saturday for the great Mother's Day Eve drawings? Just like Fat Rich used to bring his wife when I wasn't there. Located a half mile from both I-95 and the Florida Turnpike, Pompano Park is easy to get to, and best of all, Pompano Park gives you free admission and free general parking every single day. Look out for, let's see, I'm trying to think of somebody really good. Well, I can't. Look out for Gary McQuaid.
Big O here to talk about the ultimate combination for
today. Like today, poker is underway at noon. It's going on right now. Goes on till midnight. And live racing gets underway every night, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:25, including tonight. And don't forget, every Wednesday like tonight is Dollar Night. That's when draft beer, soda, hot dogs, and more, just $1 a piece, starting at 6 p.m. All of these things waiting for you at Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the current racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or on the wicked web, pompanopark.com.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
Presidente beer. So reach for that green bottle with the gold label, and you, my friend, have found the true taste of real beer. That's Presidente.
Hi, this is Red Deer Randy Muller to talk to you about your mortgage needs. Atlantic Coast Mortgage, the only name that you need to remember. Mike, Art, and Jake will get you the personal, professional service you deserve when it comes to a first or second mortgage or home improvement loans. They do it all, folks. Call in Broward at 954-987-8077 or 305-944-0733 in Dave. Rates are changing. Lock in now. That's Atlantic Coast Mortgage for all your mortgage needs.
Hank Goldberg. Weekday morning, 7 to 10.
Larry Beinfest, Marlins general manager.
The losing is not okay here right now. We could sit here and say, yes, we have the lowest payroll in the game, and half of our roster is rookies, and this is a tough situation in the Really division, and say, it's okay to lose, but it's not okay. It's not okay with Jeffrey. It's not okay with Joe. It's not okay with me. We are expecting these guys to get better and to win. I know you want to see some action, and we have been very aggressive in the past with trades and trying to improve the club, and it's just not something that is really an option for us right now. But Guys don't throw strikes. Well, if their attitude goes south, we'll make changes here in a hurry.
The Hammer, Hank Goldberg, 7 to 10. Sports Radio 560 QAM. Take a break and laugh out loud with Neil Rogers.
By the way, there was a guy sitting next to me at Woodbine the other day. He leaned over and sneaked one, and right in my direction, too. Maybe it was an editorial comment.
That's so rude. You're supposed to lean the other way.
Yeah. No, there was a guy on the other side, too. Maybe I liked him better. I don't know. Now, what the hell is that? I mean, it was so obvious, too. He made it real obvious, and then he dealt it, and I smelled it.
Neil Rogers, weekdays from 10 to 2 on 560 QAM. The White Hot Playoff Edition of the Miami Heat Show. Wednesday at 8:30 with The Hammer. Brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. See your South Florida Dodge dealer. Granger, for the ones who get it done. Mikazuki Resort and Gaming. Winning has never been easier with over 1,500 video pull tab machines. 6 miles west of the Turnpike on Southwest 8th Street. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill. The White Hot Playoff Edition of the Miami Heat Show. Featuring Pat Riley or Randy Fun. Wednesday at 8:30 with The Hammer. An exclusive presentation of 560 QAM.
The 1 to 2 hour.
They say down there it's all done legally. Cocaine and heroin and LSD. I must admit that's what I want to hear. Those druggies might consider moving there. Is it true the laws are so relaxed down there? Wonder if the Mexicans will stay down there. Tourism is booming 'cause of Mexico. Girl, you gotta get some legal pot and blow in Mexico. In Mexico. Sell me ecstasy down there in Mexico. In Mexico, mushrooms will grow. Sell me lids of pot down there in Mexico.
All right. 103. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They're sure Rob Marciano intensive on CNN today. I guess they sent him away for a long rest after all them hurricanes. Just wearing that black T-shirt and them real tight jeans on there. So tight you could almost tell his religion today, you know? Hey, Rob, 1,046 votes on the poll. Let's not start with all that crap, okay? Well, he does look pretty good from a distance, you know. And a lot of people look good from a distance. And then you get up close and like, oh, good God, what was I thinking about? Look at that. What is that?
What?
It's just a wrinkle in his jeans, okay? Don't get all whipped out of shape here now.
No, I'm not watching that.
I am.
Kagan's on there.
Well, she's not on right now, and I got news for her. He looks a lot better than she does. At least he ain't sleeping with Rush that we know of.
Right.
Sony launches PlayStation 3, speaking of playing. Sony won positive reviews today for its new make-or-break games console, the PlayStation 3. But analysts and gamers question the price tag that'll make it at least $100 more costly than its main rival for Microsoft. And she's already gone now. We got even worse. We got that Kira Phillips on there. Oh, yeah. Brother. What a 2x4 with several rusty nails in it could do for that bitch. The Japanese entertainment giant launched the PS3 ahead of the E3 gaming extravaganza in L.A., hosting thousands of investors, analysts, and journalists at Sony's giant Culver City Studios to show off a console that features a wireless controller, allowing players to shift objects without pressing buttons, a hard drive of up to 60 gigabytes, and a built-in high-definition Blu-ray DVD player. The console will go on sale from November. Will have a launch price in the U.S. of $499 for the 20-gigabyte version and $599 for the 60-gigabyte. Microsoft's top-of-the-range Xbox 360 sells in the U.S. for $399 with a 20-gigabyte drive, though it has no high-definition DVD player. In Europe, the PS3 will cost the same figures in euros, so the full setup will cost an even heftier 599 euros or 410 pounds. Guess what? It's expensive, damn expensive. Wow, Sony, you're dead, wrote one disillusioned fan on the GamerMania 2 blog. You're dead. Sony, how do you like that?
All right.
1,046 votes on the poll. That's what the DJs say. That guy, you know, he's just clueless. I'm sure he meant well, you know. The DJs are talking about, we don't have no DJs, okay? We have no DJs. Get with it. 1,048 votes. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show, where we don't have any DJs, although we play some music every now and then. Yeah. Like Neil Young. Is Neil Young?
No.
Older than death. Older than Methuselah's great-great-grandpa's when I'm...
Looking for a leader.
Okay. You should play that whole thing this hour, right?
You should.
Played Let's Impeach the President last hour. These are from the brand new, which you better go out and buy it, Living with War CD, Neil Young. Go out there and put it in your CD deck in your car, or just take like those speakers like they had in a Clockwork Orange and put them up against the window and just blast the whole hood with it, man. Just blast it. And then, of course, the Secret Service will be knocking on your door in a few hours, taking your ass away. You will never be seen again, but boy, you'll sure enjoy it. You'll be rocking. 1,053 votes, the main reason you listen to the show, to hear Neil rant and rave. 484, 45.9%. That sure went down, didn't it? Well, that's because we put other choices on there that they like better. Like for a few laughs. 197, little chuckle here and there like that. 197. To hear the bedtime stories, 105. So look at that. Looky, here comes Cookie. Look at that. There's like 70-some-odd% right there. To hear Neil rip the caller, 77. For the comedy bit, 67. Yeah. To hear the callers, 45. That's down to 4.2%. My God. To hear the truth, 34. I hate this poll, 30. How many?
About 30, man.
And I have no life, 14. Well, that's because they're...
I have no life.
See, we put that on there too late. Yeah. Former National Security Agency Director Bobby Ray Inman lashed out at the... Bobby Ray Inman? What that was his big hit song? Lashed out at the Bush administration Monday night over its continued use of warrantless domestic wiretaps, making him one of the highest-ranking former intelligence officials to criticize the program in pubic, analysts say. This activity is not authorized, Inman said, as part of a panel discussion on eavesdropping that was sponsored by the New York Public Library. The Bush administration needs to get away from the idea they can continue doing it, he said. He called on the president to walk into the modern world and change the law governing the wiretaps or abandon the program altogether. Quit breaking the freaking laws.
Or go to jail for breaking the law.
Right, exactly. Or get impeached and go to jail.
And then go to jail, right.
And then Dick Cheney can pardon him and say, I beg your pardon.
No, him too.
I never promised you a rose
Cheney
garden.
goes with him.
Who the hell did that? Rose Garden. Come on.
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Come on. What the hell was her name? I beg your... Was it Jeannie C. Robbins? No, she did Harper Valley PTA.
Like Loretta Lynn or somebody like that.
Loretta Lynn. That could be it. Loretta Lynn. I think she's Dade. Loretta Lynn. All the good country singers, they're all Dade.
Sorry, I was wrong. Lynn Anderson.
Lynn this, Lynn that. I beg... That's a bad song, by the way. I hate that song. I hate Lynn.
Here's a better version of the Suicide Machine.
Woo! Man, this blew me right off the chair here. Holy crap.
Suicide Machine is great.
Oh! Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, kill that. Put him out of his misery. Put him in that house with Kurt Cobain. And before he uses it, let Kurt loan him that pistol. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
The Kosher Cowboys were Jeff Greenhot and Dan Cohen.
Absolutely correct. That was Sunshine Wireless.
Jeff had the office in the corner and wore his pants around his neck.
Uh-huh.
And Dan was the quiet one with the glasses who only said, you can't have it advanced.
I see. So
yeah.
you must have worked for these losers, huh?
I worked for those losers. I was the guy who turned off the music on that radio station.
Really?
Yeah, when it was cool gold, 560 WQAM. Yeah, but, they were all right guys.
Do we know you? Would we know your name, or are you want to be anonymous?
You're right, but I ain't going to tell you because then the people that I currently work for would have a heart attack. But
I see. Okay, well, we don't want them to know you're listening to the show. That would be bad.
Yeah, right. They know it. But anyway, the whole point being that station went to hell in a handbasket after the current owners bought it. Because before, at least, they were pretty decent guys, and they tried, and they had... Do you remember John Moynihan?
Oh, sure.
Who used to the bad hockey?
Yeah.
And he used to go to Hardy's Sportsman's Lounge over there on Federal Highway in Dania Beach.
Is he dead?
Huh?
Did he die?
Yeah, John died, absolutely.
Jesus.
And Shotgun Johnny Dolan is still alive, though. So
We know that. Well, that's the bad news, yeah.
Anyway,
Shotgun Johnny Dolan. I wish I'd have had a shotgun.
Yeah, really. Have a great day.
Thanks. How do you like that? A radio guy.
Wow.
Oh, I was looking for the John Moynihan jingle I got in here. Oh, I got it somewhere. Here it is. Here's one right here.
John Moynihan on Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Man, we got it all. We have got it all. It's just amazing to me. But my favorite of all is the one where they mispronounce the name,
Ed Berliner on Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Now there was a real jackass, Ed Berliner. There's another clown. What a jerk. You ever meet Ed Berliner?
Never had the pleasure.
Ich bin ein Berliner, he said. Oh, he's the worst. He reminded me of a guy named Ed, what the hell was his name, from Michigan? Oh, what the hell was his name? He used to be my national rep when I worked in Kalamazoo. Ed Christian. Oh, what a jerk. It's 12 minutes. Well, the business is loaded with idiots. I mean, look at us. We're in it. Well, no, we used to be in it. And now we're like around the fringes of it. And I still say that's my goal before they stick me in the box. I'm going to get back into radio one of these days. 1,062 votes on that poll, man. 1,062. It just blows us away to see the tremendous outpouring of emotion. Phones are smoking on there. I'm not taking any of them, but they're smoking. In fact, that probably is the reason they sound like they do. That was a good call, though, see? Mm-hmm. That was a radio guy.
Yeah.
A radio guy. Worked with John Moynihan and also Shotgun Johnny Dolan. I never knew that was his nickname. Shotgun. Whose claim to fame at IOD is that he once took a leak at the urinal next to me in the tea room there. And I'm not making that up either. He had to tell everybody that. That was the most exciting moment of his life.
I think he took out an ad.
I hope that's all he took out. 12 minutes after 1 at 560, because it sure wasn't exciting for me, I'll tell you that, Johnny. Oh, God, was he... I don't know. What was the story with him? Was he on the coast? Was that where he was?
Yeah.
You know that number one midday station, the coast? They should live so long? Mm-hmm. Hey, if you're a cigar smoker, you'd like to kick back with a good premium brand while you listen to Shotgun Johnny Dolan on the radio, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Burhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and 9.1 rating by Smoke Magazine. This rich, flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar's got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also, be sure to try their Bahia Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. The Deseo gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider. It's a powerful, big, fat one with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. Yeah, I've seen some like that. For a South Florida tobacconist near you, log on to BahiaCigars.com or call toll-free 1-800-35-BAHIA. 1-800-35-BAHI.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
God.
Those gentlemen you speak of, they'll no longer be a problem. You have my word.
When there's a ruckus at the airport, gotta be the dog. Trouble with the cops, pissing off the cops. When there's trouble at the airlines, gotta be the dog. Throwing stuff at cops, fighting off the cops. When your flight is delayed, it's gotta be the dog. Getting mad at cops, tossing stuff at cops. Got the police on my case, we just wanted first class. And the next thing that you know, they arrested our ass.
Dig this, man. Someone once said, to err is human. To forgive, divine.
All right.
Looking for a leader to bring our country home. Reunite the red, white, and blue before it turns to stone. Looking for somebody dumb enough to take it on. Clean up the corruption and make the country strong. looking for a leader
Yes.
in this country far and wide. We're looking for a leader with a great spirit on his side. Looking for a leader with a great spirit on his side.
Abu Ghraib. You don't think this is going to fade out for a minute?
No.
Neil Young, Living with War. We probably ought to sample some of the other cuts on there too. After the Garden. How about the title song, Living with War? You want to hear just a little touch of that?
Sure.
Oh, well, let's touch it. Oh, 5:03. Oh, God. Don't get panicky now. The two live Jews come back with some music.
Oh, my God.
Then wait till you hear the titles. The Restless Consumer, Shock and Awe, Roger and Out, Flags of Freedom, Families, and the last cut on here is a version of America the Beautiful. Doesn't this make you want to stand up and salute? Give the Italian salute?
Yeah. I'm doing it now.
Amber waves of grain. Okay, that's enough of that. Now let me just whip out my Godfather, my Ersatz Godfather CD I bought yesterday, which I want my money back. So now some people would go in the store and they'd take the receipt. I want my money back. This is my. I don't do that. I just But this is performed by the Hollywood Studio Orchestra and Singers, Godfather 1, 2, and a 3. It's the Lawrence Welk, 1, 2, and a 3. And I'm over PO'd. See, right there, that ain't it. That's not the soundtrack. Should always get the soundtrack, okay, little kids out there? Get the soundtrack. Don't get the Johnny Man Singers or Mitch Miller and his band group singing, the theme from Shrek. And that's one of the better ones right there. Wait till you hear. Well, you've already heard it. And I think the one I really showed, Connie's Wedding. We've played the other one a zillion times. Wait till you hear how weak this is. I guess this Connie, not too many people show up. Hey, Paulie, more ginger ale. Wait till you hear some of the ones from Godfather 2, like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it's weak.
Like El Martino's
It's not even the same
voice.
instrument.
Sounds like you're getting ready to blow taps.
Sounds like the high school band.
High school bugle boy. Oh, Senza Mama. Without little mama. Without fat mama.
Sulla pamora che ne fa niente.
The Ersatz Godfather soundtrack. Now this one, remember Vito Andolini? Remember he went and whispered in his ear? Remember Vito Andolini? And your favorite, The Murder of Don Fanucci, got its own song. Oh, yeah. Tubby the Tuba. Tubby the Tuba. I'll tell you one thing, they had some good Italian sausage out there during that festival there, you know. That was the good part. Yeah, I bet they did. Nothing like good hot sausage, man. That's where it's at. Good hot Italian sausage. Take it from the expert. 1,081 votes. The main reason you listen to the Neil Rogers Show is to hear Neil rant and rave. 495, 46%. Well, guess what? Going to be a lot of ranting and raving the next 2.5 years, unless I croak first, or unless I find a really good machine, man. For a few laughs, 207. To hear the bedtime stories, 105. Well, I bet you Miguel will be pissed off to see that. He'll just think you voted 105 times.
That's right. I didn't even vote for that.
To hear Neil rip the callers, 78. For the comedy bits, 67. To hear the callers, 45, and that's dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping 4.1%. To hear the truth, 38. I hate this poll. Still got same number.
About 30, man.
And I have no life has got 15.
I have no life.
15 honest desperados out there. We know. We understand. Look where you are. Look out the window. Look where you are. And you have to tell us.
I have no life.
We know that. Right up front, we know it. Going in. That guy that called before, he sounded so happy and he was moving to Bumfork, Mississippi or somewhere. What does that tell you? And he's ecstatic, feeling like he's being let off death row. With lightning-quick speeds, the latest features in security, Comcast high-speed internet leaves DSL in the dust in their wake. And today you can get on board for just $9.95 a month for 2 months. With an always-on connection speed of 6 megabytes, Comcast high-speed internet is up to 4 times faster than DSL 1.5, up to 100 times faster than dial-up. Whether you're downloading music, watching streaming video, playing online games, or just surfing your favorite sites, Comcast Reliable Fast Connection means you'll be flying through the internet with the greatest of ease. Plus, when you sign up for Comcast, you get instant access to free features like The Fan, Video Mail, Comcast Rhapsody Plus, up to 7 personal email accounts, just to be naming a few. Not only that, but you also get McAfee security tools included, so you can be assured your internet experience will always be safe and secure. So what in the world could you possibly be waiting for? Start doing more faster than you ever could before. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today for just $9.95 a month for 2 months. And you wonder how you ever mangled without it. In Dade, call 305-COMCAST, and in beautiful 954-COMCAST.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is your Attorney General and purveyor of decency and sensible shoes, John Ashcroft. Legalization of marijuana is on the rise around the world, like England and Canada, but those are just some foreigners. We can't let that happen here in the greatest, freest, and most arrogant country in the world. While legalization of marijuana would cause unemployment to rise by dismantling of the DEA task force, it would take food from the mouths of needy politicians. So stick with alcohol. That's fine. And cover up them naked statutes, will you? I have a mother complex, and that bothers me. And get your feet off my nice, clean floor.
This message paid for by Citizens Against Spot in America.
Oi! Godfather 3. A vocal, no less. And a bad one, I'm sure. I'm getting spookies already.
I'm getting some. Promise me you'll remember.
It's a love theme from The Godfather Part 3.
This love together today.
Well, how about The Godfather Intermezzo? That must be really good. No, not. Huh? From Godfather Trey. Like I said, I want my stinking money back. This is crap. I'll take care of that tomorrow. I'll go and get some real soundtracks, okay?
Okay.
My profuse apologies. But at least we got the Neil Young on here, man. I guarantee you they're not playing that on the Juice and on the Loose Rosenstein show. Neil Young, Living with War. How do you like that, Joel Feinberg? Eat your parts out. Eat your kishkis out, you silly-ass bastard. Looking in the mirror, that's his, oh, God. 132 at QM, we got Gildy. Coming up next, who actually wears earplugs during the show. Clermont, Iowa. The city isn't going to pussyfoot around when it comes to stray cats. Isn't that cute? Little play on words there. Mm-hmm. The city council there has decided that anyone who feeds the cuddly creatures are aiding a nuisance. Oh, amen. I'll say amen to that. Mayor Rodney Wagner says police could photograph people who feed stray cats and violators could be sent letters warning them of the consequences and be fined at it. Police Chief Arthur Sullivan said people don't understand the problem. So Dan Stewart is dead?
Oh, we're fine.
I can't believe that. Can you?
Believe it.
Oh, that's pretty shocking, isn't it? People find those cats sweet, cuddly, and lovable. He said it's one of those situations you're not going to win no matter what you do. Nonetheless, however, Sullivan said something needs to be done. The trick will be finding a solution. We have people who feed the wild cats, and the cats leave something behind, he said. One guy won't be able to use his hot tub. Well, maybe if he'd just be smart enough to get a litter box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think even cats in the wild look for the litter box. That whole notion, man, is just, what if you had a pet elephant, a pet gorilla, a pet hippo, you know?
Right, you'd need a big box.
I guess. And then you'd have to not only have earplugs, you'd also have to have nose plugs to go with it. A lot of people, when Geldy comes on, there are a lot of listeners who do put the nose plugs in. They hold their nose. 1,098 votes. We're going to get over 1,100 today, and that's pretty impressive to me. That is some feather in our cap, isn't it? I bet we're going to get a big, no, because Joe told me this morning, he said if we can have 60 days of 1,000 or more votes every day, we get like $1 million each.
All right.
Know what he said?
Something like that. Or nothing like that.
I got the decimal in the wrong spot, maybe, but something like that. He said we get a little something, something. Adrian Brunet in the Hartford Courant. See, there's a Hartford story in here. The guy that called before about Hartford and about that silly-ass business, the rumor about the Penguins moving to Hartford. I mean, that's just, that would be like the Marlins moving from where they are now to Jupiter. I'm not talking about the planet either. As with prophets and leaders before him, U.S. Senator Drew Lieberman's fall from grace in the eyes of State Democratic Party activist Keith Crane began with a kiss. How do you like that?
Where?
Rectum.
I believe
in Hartford. No, I think the kiss is...
What are you going to do? Nice college boy, huh? They want to get mixed up in the family business? Now you want to gun down a police captain, why, because he slapped you in the face a little bit? Huh? What do you think, this is the Army where you shoot him a mile away? You got to get him close like this. Bing! You blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Come here. Mwah! You're taking this very personal.
I tell you, when somebody in the mob kisses you, you better watch out where they're kissing.
Run like that.
That's right. Just like when Michael gave Fredo that kiss, remember?
Oh, yeah.
In fact, we got that, too. I can't believe we got all these things. How do you do that, as a matter of fact?
It's amazing. Magical.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's not it. I'm not finding it. I thought he says, I knew it was you, Fredo. I knew it was you.
You got that.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
I know it was you, Fredo.
Oh.
You broke my heart.
What? Oh, broke my heart.
Broke my heart.
Oh, I think it goes like...
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
And they give him that big kiss. Kiss off. Crane had stood by the senator, if only grudgingly, through his vice presidential and presidential campaigns, Drew Lieberman we're talking about, his speeches supporting the Iraq War, and even his appearances on the unctuous Fox News channel. But the peck on Lieberman's cheek from President George W. Bush after the 2005 State of the Union address left him feeling betrayed. I didn't even know about that, did you?
No, I missed that.
I remember the song, I Love You, a Bushel and a Peck. With the help of his brother, Crane, also known online as C.T. Keith, launched www.dumpjoe.com, putting the image of the kiss on page 1 of the website he hopes will bring about Lieberman's political demise. That's dumpjoe.com. With it, the Brantford resident, who proudly wears a button bearing the photo and passes out buttons everywhere he goes, joined what might have been a passing storm but has become a political nor'easter threatening to tear down the house of Joe, to which we say,
all right.
Go. The feeling was there, Crane said during a recent chapter meeting of Drinking Liberally, a pro-Democrat meeting group in New Haven. I started the website. I started going to Democratic events to put the notion in everyone's ear that it was okay to say what you mean about Joe, that it's okay to say Joe's not acting like a good Democrat. He's acting like a Farbissen Orthodox Yid. Since DumpJoe.com made its debut last year, several other blogs and websites, like TimeToGoJoe.com and MyLeftNutmeg.com, MyLeftNutmeg.com, to name two, have been launched. A Dump Joe video project is being planned. The tide of anti-Lieberman activities has been spreading on the Internet. With enthusiasm reminiscent of the Howard Dean presidential campaign, these Democrats plan to take down the senator many of them helped put in office in the first place. Well, good. Better late than never. Lieberman knows and acknowledges his antagonist, but campaign spokesman Sean Smith said he's not daunted. He said, Hubman Dreard. He thinks the emergence of blogs is an exciting development for citizens to engage in political discourse, says Smith, but it does feel a little strange. We're not used to this kind of opposition from our own party. Well, too bad. Get used to it. He said there are no plans for a pro-Lieberman blog. It was Lieberman's opposing his own party, says one-time supporter J.M. Ivor, that made him join the fight with TimeToGoJoe.com. All of a sudden, Joe was going on Fox News, undercutting the Democrats on the president's plan for Social Security reform. He went from someone who was just voting with Bush to someone who was actually attacking the Democratic base. Once a part of Stanford's close-knit Jewish community to which the Lieberman family belonged, in fact, both families attended the same shul, Ivler, who now lives in California, said he wanted to hit Lieberman where it would hurt in his war chest. He created TimeToGoJoe.com to raise money for any qualified candidate to run against Lieberman in the Democratic Party. Good. Dump his ass, okay? Phony baloney. Piece of turd. By the way, what are you hearing these days about Ariel Sharon?
Not a lot.
Nothing. The rumors I'm hearing around the Jew community is that it was that last real hard Hamantash 80 year ago poem.
I heard he said something the other day.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it. It was more like...
I'm dying over here.
A Yale University historian has uncovered a 1918 letter that seems to lend validity to the lore that Yale University's ultra-secret Skull and Bones Society swiped the skull of American Indian leader Geronimo. Do you know that?
We kept hearing that rumor.
They swiped it. And it turned out to be Dana Bash, the old shrunken head on CNN. Boy, she just... You know what they have on there? They have a lot of really unctuous people. I know that word is I use too much, but they have a lot of despicable people on there.
Yes, they did.
Although they finally, I think, did... speaking of the spick part, they dumped Rick Sanchez. I can't find him no more. Thank God.
Well, there's one less despicable.
Yes. The letter written by one member of Skull and Bones to another purports that the skull and some of the Indian leader's remains were spirited from his burial plot in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, to a stone tomb in New Haven that serves as the club's headquarters. Good place for it. It's a burial ground for anything alive. According to Skull and Bones legend, members including President Bush's grandfather, Prescott Bush, that Nazi sympathizer, dug up Geronimo's grave when a group of Army volunteers from Yale were stationed at the fort during WW1. Geronimo died in 1909. Geronimo! I don't know all that much about Geronimo. In fact, I probably ought to do a little more research on my engines, before I die. Probably find out more about the engines.
Sure, why not?
One of the things I remember was that shameful campaign they ran, to a scare campaign when the slots thing was on a ballot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, it's going to be bad and evil and bring crime and a mob. And in the meantime, of course, they want it. They got their own bastardized version there, and they want it. It's one thing to get even with the white man, but it's going overboard a little bit, what I'm saying, a little overkill. 19 till 2, Geldy is standing by. More on tonight's big Heat game, baby, the Heat and the Nets. Oh, man, if it's like game number 1, look out now. My. That was bad. And it was right there in the AAA arena, wasn't it, Josh?
That's right. They were not white hot.
No, they were like icy cold, like the icy cold sleeve. Maybe they were wearing the icy cold sleeve up their patch or up their something, because they sure played like it. If they get whomped again, that's the end of that. Just like Ottawa, man, Sabres got their number, trust me. And just like, what's the other one? Carolina got those, whoever they're playing. Who's Carolina playing?
That other team.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Get with it, man. You better get with it. Jersey goes ahead with 20 seconds left in the game in the third period, and then with 3 seconds left, Carolina ties it the other night and then wins it overtime. How do you like that? 2 goals in 20 seconds against and the tying goal against that frog Martin Brodeur. How do you like that? Them apples, huh, Marty? Froggy? Hey, what's better than staying cool and comfortable all summer long? George says it's already summer in Florida.
Sure enough.
From May through like October, sometimes in November, it's hotter than being in a brick oven. How about getting an instant $1,200 cool cash rebate on the world's smartest air conditioner, the 5-star edition of the Carrier Infinity system? And to make it even better for you, you can get this fabulous system from people you really can trust, Royce Air and Heat, where they've been taking care of Tri-County area families for 3 lengthy generations. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Royce guarantees your 100% satisfaction, and that guarantee is backed by Carrier, the people who invented air conditioning and now invented the Carrier Infinity system. This actually performs a daily diagnostic check every single day and then adjusts itself for maximum efficiency. Now, don't forget to maintain maximum efficiency on your current air conditioning system. Join the Royce Air and Heat Comfort Club. It's going to save you a lot of grief and a lot of down days, too. Twice a year, they inspect and tune up your system. You'll enjoy priority same-day service and 10% off any needed repairs. All of these things for just $110 a year. So whether you choose the 2-speed Infinity system with Puron, that brand new baby, or peace of mind all year round with the Comfort Club, either way, make the smart choice, the Royce choice. Just like Jerry Royce used to play shortstop for the Cardinals. Who's he play for? Somebody. Do we know?
No.
You know Jerry Royce.
Never heard of him.
Oh. Royce Air and Heat, call toll-free 1-800-377-0075. That's 1-800-377-0075.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Action!
George Bush keeps saying so. He's improving the U.S. Border Patrol. But statistics show 10 million folks snuck in from Mexico. They're hiding in the trees. When they're caught, the feds just set them free. They get fake IDs for 30 cents to mow your neighbor's lawn. Your neighbor's lawn, your neighbors. Our borders have more holes than a slice of Swiss cheese. Looks like we'll be cooked cooking up more hot tamales. Sometimes I wish I had a fence around me, but I need a maid for my home.
11:47, 13:02, okay enough already with all the Mexicanos. Okay enough with that crap. All those chubby little beaners. And that's the problem, man. Too much of those mushy beans. I don't want to keep dwelling on that, but I'll say it again. Mushy beans, man, bad for you. Oh, God. Mushy beans turn your pupik to moosh. Don't you think?
I've seen it happen.
Oh, yeah. Unlike those hot Cuban queens on South Beach who are like got all that jewelry on there and well-defined bodies. Nice, smooth, hairless bodies. Kind of like Asians.
What's the definition?
Of what?
Oh, you said well-defined.
Maricon. I think maybe, depending on what part of South Beach, which block, if it's near Gianni Versace's old place, it's Bugaron. 1,120 votes on the poll. Don't be picking on poor Gianni. Remember, what was that song, Frankie and Gianni? Remember that?
Yeah, by who?
To call them oh, please, Frankie and Johnny were sweetheart. Oh, I don't know. That's like in the 50s on Capitol Records, Frankie. Oh, you want me to look at that? It's not going to be anywhere. I don't know. A whole bunch of different people do that. It's a cornball song. You know, it's like some old Peggy Lee song. I don't know who done that. Maybe Al Martino done it. You know Al Martino from The Godfather?
I know him.
I'm so tempted because, the real thing. Thank God I got the real soundtrack, the original one. Because this stuff from the Hollywood Symphony Orchestra, boy, they should only have wild diarrhea for a month for doing that. To call them a political odd couple would be a rash understatement. Conservative media mogul Rupert Murdoch will host a fundraiser for liberal New York Senator Hillary Clinton, the Financial Times reports. Don't you find that rather bizarre?
That's pretty bizarre.
The mating ritual of the unlikely allies has been underway for months. Clinton set political tongues wagging last month by attending a Washington party celebrating the 10th anniversary of Fox News, the cable news channel owned by Murdoch. Oh, boy. When in doubt, just sell right out, bitch. The Ice Princess. I don't like her. I could lie to you and tell you I think she's great, but I don't like her, even a little bit. The Times quoted one unnamed source as describing the Clinton-Murdoch connection this way. They have a respectful and cordial relationship. He has respect for the work she's done on behalf of New York. I wouldn't say it was illustrative of a close ongoing relationship. It's not like they're dining out together. The fundraiser will take place in July, the newspaper said. Clinton is the front-runner, yada, yada, yada. She's worked hard to take the edge off her reputation as a card-carrying liberal. If she's gone so far to the other side, maybe she can elope with Jew Lieberman. She's collaborated with congressional conservatives on some pieces of legislation calling for a common ground on abortion and cut a political figure some on the left see as decidedly un-liberal. She's just a political opportunist. That's all she is.
That's it.
Playing on her husband's name. That's all she's doing. That's how she got in the Senate, and that's what she's doing right now. Wants to be president. Bitch. I don't like her.
I don't like her.
I'd rather have Al Gore any day of the week.
Yeah.
Not that he's so great. I mean,
box.
Yeah, but once in a while.
How dare they drag the good name of the United States of America through the mud of Saddam Hussein's torture prison?
Amen. You tell him, Mal.
See, he's a smart guy. He's got a good heart. Now all he needs is a personality transplant.
And he's got a nasty, bitchy wife, too, just like Bubba. Tipper, well, we're gonna censor everything. Yeah. We're gonna go to music stores. We're gonna put big fat labels on everything, especially Marilyn Manson and Charles Manson and Marilyn Monroe. And
I think we should tip her over.
Yeah, it's a long way to Tipperary, man. I'll tell you that. Tippecanoe and Al Gore too, bitch. Remember that thing there at the where the hell was it? That was at the convention where it looked like he was gonna do her right there on the stage. Remember that? That long kiss. I think it was kind of like the kiss that we're talking about in The Godfather. I think Al was trying to give her the big kiss off. Maybe he's trying to tip her over. Of course, if you get a good waitress, be sure and tip her. That's what Josh was trying to do at the melting pot last night, trying to tip her.
He wound up flipping her.
Did he really? So this was a really good experience, and then I'm sure he went out and got sloshed.
No, I didn't. I'm waiting for this weekend for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't be going out and getting sloshed and then start like Marvin Rawman and showing up at about 10:45, When people can't show up on time for a gig that starts at 10 in the morning, that's usually not a good sign. Marvin. Of course, that's George's good buddy, and Defoe, too, don't forget.
Right.
Speaking of engine killers. Hey, today's Wednesday. That's a bulletin for you. I bet there are a lot of you guys out there who haven't even thought about Mother's Day yet. Well, it's faster, coming sooner than you think. It's this Sunday. Still time to make it seem like you put a lot of thought into your gift by sending an original Vermont teddy bear. Sending a beargram is so much more personal and fun than flowers. Those flowers wilt and die in just no time at all. And Vermont teddy bears last forever. They're even guaranteed for life. And you can only get them one way, by calling your friendly bear counselor at 1-800-829-BEAR or shopping online at VermontTeddyBear.com. That sounds like two ways to me. Your mom or wife will receive a beautiful bear delivered with a free card, gourmet caramels, and a gift card in a colorful box. They'll help you tailor a bear just for her, like the nurse, the teacher, the businesswoman, or gardening bear. They'll even have a fun new barefoot and pregnant bear waiting for you for those moms-to-be. Check out the all-new American Mom, dressed in a patriotic sundress and holding an apple pie. A big, fresh apple pie, nice and warm for waiting for some cheese and ice cream on it. And for all you mama's boys out there, be sure and send the mama's boy, maybe a little cinnamon, too. The mama's boy bear with heart-shaped mom tattoo on his arm. And, dads, it's your job to get your wife a gift from the kids, and the mother and cub set always fills the bill real well. Add as many cubs as needed. They'll embroider your kids' names right on the outfits. And here's a tip. Send a bear to the office to arrive at a workplace on Friday, so she can brag about you to her coworkers and tell them that you're a real hotshot. It works like magic all the time. So call 1-800-829-BEAR or do your shopping online at VermontTeddyBear.com. But don't diddle around now. It's Wednesday already. Send a great, creative alternative flowers for Mother's Day this year. Call 1-800-829-BEAR. That's 1-800-829-BEAR. And be sure and tell them that old fumfier, Uncle Neil, told you to call.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
It's Dave in Miami town.
Yes.
At 560 WQAM.
Back in the day when someone done us wrong, we didn't take their crap. In Pearl Harbor, when the Japs dropped their bombs, we bombed them back. And now the Saudis, they hit us hard, and on our cards our little flags wave, as that Saudi-loving retard points the bombers the wrong way. And I'm embarrassed to be an American where they follow Bush like sheep. The United States of arrogance, led by Bush and his family, breathing at this country, ambling towards the darkest days in our history. I don't want to be a Pax American in the USA. What's a few thousand innocent lives? Stop living in the past. If you want that SUV to drive, you're gonna need more gas. It's the greatest country in the world. They train us to believe. And anyone who says that obviously can't afford to leave. And I'm embarrassed to be an American where we patriotically wave a flag in one hand with our head in the sand and blindly follow the powers that be. Apathetic, watching state-run news on a 65-inch screen.
Rectum.
Scratcher, fart, everything's okay.
All right.
In the USA.